the Balls Podcast
with Mark Davis, Kriska Meinhardt, Luke Rule, Jake Winnekind, Alan Tomasella, and Nick the Doc Skirkle. Good evening. It is Sunday, August 25th, 2024. Typically, this show is never live on a Sunday night, but this is a special presentation of All About the Balls podcast because this is our official fantasy mock draft. Our official fantasy draft. That's right. Tonight is the night that we all go live, and we have a big one for you. We're gonna have myself, Jake. Jake's right here. He's, like I said, it's a wild one. Doc's joining us. Wade might join us. Unfortunately, the defending champion Luke Rule will not be here tonight. That's unfortunate. I feel like, Jake, if the defending champion is not here, he should be stripped of his title last year. That's just the way I feel. I don't know about you. I feel like the defending champion can't present it. He should be kicked. He should be stripped, and it should be whoever wins this year wins technically last year and this year.
If he can't make his presence known, we just got to take it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm trying to deal like now I got people that apparently have tablet issues.
Really?
Like Luke's fiance is saying she has a phone. I'm trying to tell her, use your phone for the draft. Like I said,
yeah, you can use your phone easily.
But how are you doing tonight, man?
Not bad, not bad. Was in Daytona for the races all weekend, so just got home a little bit ago. Ready to draft.
Damn right, yeah. Shout out to Lake Mary, Florida.
Yes.
Lake Mary, they the first city in the state of Florida to win the Little League World Series. The Popka, Florida, I have family grew up there. You grew up there. They were close in 2021 when they lost 2-1. Lake Mary this year beat Chinese Taipei out of Taiwan 2-1. So congrats to Lake Mary. I'm also very high on their sportsmanship. The coach hugging the second baseman after the play, like the players hugging each other, like that's what it's about, man. Like just the whole thing in general. It was great to see. Florida, man, every game was exciting. We did lose to Texas, and then we beat Texas. And I was okay with either or winning. Obviously, I want Florida to win because that's our state. But just shout out to Lake Mary. The boys, I was telling my aunt, man, this fucking first week back at school, they're not going to give a shit what the teachers tell them. They're going to be living on cloud nine right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, cloud. But
that whole city's probably going to be going crazy. It's awesome.
No, yeah, I agree, man. And it was cool to see. I dozed off right before the game started, and I woke up at like the third, fourth inning, and I was able to watch all the way to the eighth inning. Didn't realize that Little League, after the seventh inning, they put a guy on.
I know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't even notice that. I thought I missed something. I thought I stepped away for a second. I thought, okay, maybe Chinese Taipei, they got a guy on second. I just didn't notice it. But no, shout out to them, Jake. Tonight's the night, man. It's the fantasy draft. Like I said, we are literally 7 minutes away. You're pick 11. I'm pick 7. 7-11 is like we call it. I'm not a fan of my pick. I know you said you haven't done any mock drafts. How are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling the most unprepared I have ever felt for fantasy football season. So maybe I'll do good. Maybe when I prepare too much, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe I'll do great when I didn't prepare diddly squat.
We got a call out from Saints Lover 95. We're going to answer that question. The best D-line in college football. Well, if you're asking me through week 1 or through 0 week, Georgia Tech, baby. They got the best D-line. Go Yellow Jackets, baby. Big fan. I'm big believer. They are from Atlanta. I'm not from Atlanta myself, but hey, I will rep Georgia Tech for the week. Obviously, week 1 it's going to change. But Saints Lover, shout out to you, man. No, yeah, Georgia Tech, the Yellow Jackets. They put the buzz on Florida State Seminoles. No pun intended. But shout out to Georgia Tech, Jake.
Yeah. Shout out to FSU fans.
Doc is a Florida State fan, so it's unfortunate. Unfortunate for him.
I wouldn't have got on live either if my team just got spanked.
He's coming. He's always got. He's got 5 minutes left. I'm trying to get one guy to wake up. He's literally deployed. I'm about to mute myself, Jake. If you want to just talk to me about how confident you feel about that 11th pick, though.
Yeah, I'm not really confident at all. I mean, I'm going through a couple scenarios that I might be okay with, but drafts always go unplanned. Someone reaches or something happens or something gets all messed up. But I'm looking here. I'm nervous. But I'm hoping the no plan strategy maybe works out for me. But yeah, as we said, anyone who's watching, we got our big fantasy draft about to go down. So that's what this episode is mostly going to be. Just us talking about our draft and making fun of some of these picks, because we know some of these people are going to be having some terrible picks. Saints lover. Of course he is. Of course Purdy's worth the 1-1. I'm taking him with the 11th pick. No, I'm just kidding. Don't hold me to that. Only one Niner deserves to be taken in the first round. CMC, obviously. Man, we got 3 minutes till this goes official.
Yeah, sorry, dude. My whole fucking headset. I hit the wrong button whenever I was trying to call. He's deployed. It looks like you and Moneybags have the same logo, so that might have to change. Which is Luke's fiance. I'm in the war or the. So let me present the screen.
How do I change that?
Yeah, let me present the screen. Wow. No, Luke. I don't think Luke's even paying attention, to be honest with you. Oops. So yeah, right here. This is. Let me take off the. Sorry, it's the first time, man. We're not as prepared as we were for the actual draft. Doc's joining right now, so yeah, he'll be in. But yeah, this is our board. I'm not gonna obviously have anything queued up because I don't want you fuckers that are watching to see what I'm doing. But
that sucks. You can't queue nothing up.
I never queue. I just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Chris just texted me. He's like, I'm taking all Mark's queued players. I don't queue players up. Chris, I got the old handy dandy notebook. I know you're watching. I got the handy dandy notebook. I'm gonna be writing notes down. So things that we say, things like that. But yeah, Brock Purdy 101. Of course, I missed that question. Dude, the guy's a steal at the 101. He should be Mr. Relevant, not Mr. Irrelevant anymore.
You might as well just lock up the trophy and hand it to whoever gets Purdy 1/1.
I can't wait. Everyone that's watching, Doc's not in right now, but just pay attention. I'm gonna have something queued up for him on my phone.
Did that guy overseas answer?
What was that?
Did the guy overseas answer?
No, he's going to be auto draft. He did it 1 year. He was in Turkey, and he got second or third. Hey, Jake, while we got 2 minutes, go on Venmo, hit that accept button, send me my money. It's not hard. I did add the ticket. The ticket already charged me, by the way. They charged me a fucking.
Already?
Yeah, they charged me. Because I was like, man, this is a weird. This is a weird charge. We are about to be literally. We are there, man. We are literally seconds away, 50 seconds away from the from our fantasy football draft. I'm excited, guys. I am pumped up right now.
In his closet, I think.
I am pumped up. Waiting for Doc still. Just waiting for Doc to get in here so that just pay attention, everyone that's watching. I have some good stuff coming your way. As soon as he gets in here, I have something for him and in store. I don't know where he's at. He just called me. I just don't understand what he's doing. He's not in the. Yeah, we are 15 seconds away. 10 seconds away. I'm sorry, 10 seconds away from the draft. This is go time. This is where it's at. There he is. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, it is live. It is time. And Doc, I'll wait for Jake to get in here. So we're live. Chris, you should already have the pick ready to go. That's right. Christian McCaffrey off the board at number 1. Doc, how are you feeling? How you feel about your pick, by the way, at number 8, right after me?
I like number 8, dude. I'm good with number 8. I'll take it all day long. I mean, who I was looking at number 8, I don't know if I'm feeling him anymore.
Oh, Luke Rule with Bijan Robinson. Dude, he was talking about going running back. Doc, that's Damn it, dude. Fuck. I'm not getting a running back. I'm not getting a running back in the first round.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, running backs are going off here. Hey, Doc, we have something for you, by the way. You ready?
Yeah. Appreciate that. Jake, I gotta ask you, Jake, is your phone broken, dude?
I just got home from Daytona, like literally not too long ago.
Okay.
So
CD Lamb. First, let me turn that sound off. I don't want to hear that all the time now. But CD Lamb first, receiver off the board. Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase. I wanted the running backs. That's what I wanted. I wanted Bijan and Breece Hall. Dylan Powell, he picked right before me. He's mixing it up. He was the same way. I am going to go the sun god, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Consistency. That's what I'm looking for.
God, I don't know what to do here.
Oh, cheers to a great pick. Miller Lite sponsored it. They said I had a great pick, so I'm ready.
I know who I want to pick, but I don't know if I.
You guys like the name, the People's Commissioner? I'm here for.
I think I might go QB here.
Jake, you didn't hit the accept button yet, man. What are you doing? Like, we just talked to Doc. Go Justin Tucker. That's why Riz didn't want to come back. But
I don't know how I feel about that pick.
JJ, dude, it's crazy to see JJ. JJ's the 5th receiver off the board. How wild is that?
I don't know how I feel about it, dude. I really don't.
Pick 10, we are probably going to have the whole minute go through unless he queued up his picks, which I don't think Jones did. Saquon Barkley went to Wade.
Jones ain't here?
Nope, he's deployed, and I called him. I've called him at least 5 times.
I mean, he said he might be in it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the last time he did this, he went to Turkey for the year, and he got 2nd or 3rd. So there's a chance he'll be just fine. Auto draft sometimes knows what to do. So, I mean, it's going to go JT. He's going to go Jonathan Taylor.
It's going to auto take him?
Yeah, once it starts to get later in the draft, obviously auto draft will go based on needs. So the first couple picks, he'll probably go the best player on the board.
Yeah, best available.
But like once it starts to get around like the middle rounds, like probably like 6, 7, 8, he'll probably start taking guys. Yeah, he's not answering. So, but good thing is it's only a minute. I don't do Jonathan. Whoa. Just says Jonathan Taylor is a bust. I mean, Patrick, the guy's auto drafted, so I mean that's what he's going to do. Hey, if he has to take a bust in the auto draft spot, that's what's going to have to happen. I don't know what to tell you, but here's our picks here. Yeah, JT went to him, so now Jake's on the clock, and I don't know if Jake likes any of these decisions right now. To be honest with you, Jake, you're not feeling it right now. None for decisions right now. Jahmyr Gibbs, he's that battling an injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happened last year, though. He'll be fine. Moneybags is on the clock right here. That's Sydney. She's her first year back. She took a few years off. Yeah, Derrick Henry in the 20s, Patrick. It's unfortunate. I would like Derrick Henry as my running back, too. The fact that I went running back 1, I don't know if I'm eyeing him. Actually, well, he's projected number 18 in the league. Pacheco, he shot up, by the way, too. Pacheco wasn't this high for he was like in the 40s on the mock drafts. I don't know what happened, how he shot up.
Yeah, I agree.
But they're saying Bijan Pacheco might lose red zone touches this year. Moneybags when AJ Brown, he's a solid pick, honestly. So depending on what you two do, the auto draft guy, Pacheco went before Kyron and Travis Etienne and Derrick Henry. All right. Back to Wade. So Jake, you went the old running back route, huh?
Yeah.
Mark for your request.
What's up? Oh, dude, come on. We have a show here. Garrett Wilson went off the clock. Am I behind? I heard a ding. Was that?
That was my baseball fantasy.
Hey, Judge. Hey, how about Judge, Soto, and Stan hitting back to back to back? Jake, I asked Doc this. 2020 was the last time the Yankees had 3 home runs in a row. Can you guess the 3 individuals? I'll cover your I'll cover your expenses for fantasy if you can knock all three out without Googling. Who was the last three Yankees to hit back to back to back?
Come on, Wade. What are we doing?
Can't guess it. Brett Gardner, DJ LeMahieu, Luke Voigt.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's COVID year. Wade went. Chris Olave. So Wade right now. I'm gonna also go to his team real quick. He went Saquon and Chris Olave. Wade, good luck though, because Derek Carr looked bad this preseason. I don't know if you watched much of him. He looked horrible. So, Doc, you went Doc's team right here on the left. 2 girls, 1 cup. That means shout out to Kirk. These are all last year's names. Doc went JJ. Doc, Marvin Harrison Jr. looking good for you for 2 receivers.
Yeah, receivers are so deep, so deep.
But since the fact that those three running backs, God damn it!
Right back.
That's the running back I wanted. I wanted ETN, and Doc knew I wanted ETN.
Man, I'm not sold on A-Chain. I don't know, man. Everyone has him so high.
And I just told Patrick, right? I didn't want Derrick Henry as my running back 1, but then Doc goes ahead and steals ETN because these guys drafted running backs in the top 3, so I think it threw everyone off. I do have him on Ron St. Brown. I just don't know.
You gotta get a running back, bro. They're about to be gone.
The question is, do I want James Cook? Or James Cook was one of the better running backs last year when Joe Brady took over. Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry. I'm going to go Derrick Henry.
Oh, gosh. You got to pull for Baltimore all year?
No, just Derrick Henry. If they can lose, I don't care if they lose. Just feed the beast. Still one of the top running back. I wanted Kyron or ETN, honestly. And it happens that the 2 guys on the show right now jacked that spot.
I wanted Kyron bad.
I just got called a pussy from the guy that picked after me. So I'm assuming he wanted Derrick Henry right there. That was the guy that's picking right now, mixing it up. He went Jamar, so I guarantee he wanted Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry's got me he's got a late bye week too, Jake. So actually the last week of the regular season. So hopefully I have my spot locked up. James Cook. Jake, how shocking though were you to see that the first 3 picks were all running backs? It's like the old days.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting that in a lot of drafts, though. And everyone's saying get your running backs early because they're going to be gone.
Yeah, I mean, I only went St. Brown because I didn't know. I thought maybe someone would have, running receivers would have gone. You never know how people
receivers are just so deep.
I got called a pussy in the chat too. Yeah, I mean, I could change my name from the People's Commissioner to the People's Pussy if you need me to. I don't mind it. I'm here for the people. Jake, though, this is my first mock. Joe Mixon went off the board here. Yeah, Puka Nacua is still sitting there at 13, man. People are not interested in him, I guess. There goes Devin A-Chain. There goes Devin A-Chain. Marvin Harrison is actually falling than I thought because in the mocks I've been seeing, he's actually been going higher than this.
I'm not high.
You can ask Chris. Me and Chris have done so many mocks. This is not the way it's turned out at all. And that's why you don't do mocks.
No, absolutely. The league's always different.
So, your buddy Jeff's on right now. Love his name to infinity and Bijan. He'll probably change that this year, though. Brees Hall, he went Marvin Harrison.
Oh, Marvin Harrison.
So he's a Cardinals fan for the year. Luke, our defending champion right here, Jake. So far, I don't think picks are really screaming at me. Like, I don't know. Boats and Young Hose, he's got to take a chance right there. Luke went running back. Rashad White.
They're about to be gone. The running backs are literally about to be gone.
Yeah, if you look right here, you don't have running backs now until
you got Josh Jacobs and Kenneth Walker. Other than that, it's done.
So Luke's going to have to hopefully find some good receivers that are falling. That's what he's going to have to do. If Chris went Alvin Kamara, he's a Saints fan, so I guess his. Yeah. And then he went Devontae Adams. So Chris's receiver 1 is Devontae. He's got to trust Gardner Minshew, which I think Devontae is still a solid pick. I really do.
Man, I don't pick forever. Gosh.
Luke's back up here. I feel like Luke has to go receiver. What's going on with Puka Nacua, Jake?
Everyone's
Is
saying that Cooper Cup's back.
Do you think that?
No, but I mean, I don't think he has the same year he has last year. Puka.
I did see something that from a show or a show I watch. It says you can't just draft. Like someone said, "Oh, well, I'm going to go Bijan number 1 because I think Christian's going to get hurt." They're like, you can't draft that mindset. You just got to go and pick the best player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless someone has a nagging injury, but Christian's been healthy the last couple of years. I mean, damn, Luke went Sam Laporta. Damn, Luke took the first tight end. He doesn't even have a receiver yet. Do you like that?
No, I don't want to tight end. I don't want to tight end there this early either.
Wow, Luke with the which one do you dig, CJ? I missed your comment. I forgot which pick you were talking about. My screen's kind of shrunken a little bit so I can get both on here. What pick did you like when you said you dig that? Damn, Sam Laporta. Like I don't mind. I mean, I love me. I love Sam Laporta. He's Iowa farm boy. He's a dog. But I feel like
who's Infinity and Bijan going?
That's your boy right there. Shout out to Jeff too. He always plays in all our shit. I love it.
I was about to say he's gonna go Falcon. I knew
it. Old Drake London, man. Doc might miss his pick, by the way. Well, you better get back. There goes Puka Nacua to Boats, Youngs, and Ho. He's got CD, Puka, and A-Chain. And back up to my buddy Andrew. How do you feel about these Texans receivers coming up? And
that's too many. It's too many mouths to feed.
Too many mouths to feed, huh?
I don't know what I don't know.
This Rari, Las Vegas Rari, he's got Joe Mixon and Tyreek Hill. No idea what he can go any direction, honestly, here. Travis Kelce's creeping up on the list. It looks like massage my he's no more auto draft. Can we talk about how Laporta has a high chance of being a bust? Yeah, Chris, I've seen some people say that actually. Some people say that Laporta, because Laporta was a big touchdown guy last year. But he's also, to me, he's the second option. He's the second pass catching option in Detroit. So I don't know.
I think he takes a step back too. Man, Brandon Ayuk might drop.
Josh Jacobs went. Jake, how do you feel about him going before Kenneth Walker and Aaron Jones?
I'm good with it right there. I'm good with him right there.
How do you feel about Stevenson still available?
That team's gonna be so bad.
Well,
I don't know.
Saints lover, yeah, he's being drafted at the ceiling right now. Will he peak? That's the thing. I think I don't know if he's gonna get all the touchdowns he got last year. God damn, dude, I wanted Kenneth fucking Walker. Every pick that I like,
right before you, yeah,
it's right before, man. Like, question is Aaron Jones going to be healthy this year? Look at all those missed games.
Gosh, I know.
I'm going to go Mike Evans. You wanted him, huh?
I did.
I don't know if Doc is paying attention. Oh, yeah, Doc's paying attention. Doc went second tight end, Travis Kelce off the board there. So he's got Doc. Yeah, Doc's got 1 and 1 and 1. Now up to Wade. He's our sorry, Saints lover. I didn't mean to cut you off there with the touchdowns. Yeah, the touchdowns is going to be weird because I still think he's going to get a lot of touchdowns. He is the second option with pass catching. I know Gibbs will be involved, but red zone, Laporta is a guy that's going to be utilized. That's where you're going to get a lot of Laporta too. So he could easily get the touchdowns he had last year. Let me see how many touchdowns he had last year. Yeah, he had 10 last year. So I think 10 is reasonable. I really do.
I don't know.
DJ Moore.
Hmm.
So Wade, same thing. It's the running backs. I don't know if anyone trusts these running backs now that are available.
Hey, Brissett's hurt.
massage. Yeah, he hurt his shoulder. He only played one series. Drake May looks good. He looked good with the starters. Like the one drive I saw, I had to get ready for the draft after that. But Drake May looked good, man. The Patriots need to do what the Broncos did and just play Drake May.
Is this the
Like,
auto
you're
draft guy?
He is, but he's in. It says he's on. Yeah, he went Brandon Ayuk. He's a 49ers fan too, Jake. So he went Ayuk. He's got Garrett Wilson, Ayuk, and JT. Jake went Cooper Cup. Damn, your bye week 6 are going to be a little rough.
Yeah, always is.
Money bags. If Cooper Cup's healthy though, that's a great pick.
Yeah, he looked good towards the end of the year.
Did he?
Yeah.
I couldn't really remember, to be honest with you. Let me look at what he did. Yeah, last 4 weeks not. Week 17 not so good, but yeah, weeks 14 through. He did have a touchdown, so I guess that does make up for it. It was a touchdown or bust that week, but that's not bad. Moneybags went Pittman. Josh Allen, first quarterback off the board. Josh Allen, first pick in the 4th round, Jake. Now, do we start seeing a quarterback trend? That's the question. First. So the Rule household between Luke and Sydney took the first tight end and the first quarterback. Jake, you went with your old faithful Debo, huh?
I did.
Guy that shits on him for being hurt in the big moments.
Oh, he'll probably be hurt, but if I gets traded, who are they going to throw the ball to?
Question is, so you
I
still
don't
got.
want DK.
So we got one quarterback off the board. You still have some running backs up there. Now the question is, when people start to take some of them, receivers are still deep. All 3 Texans receivers sitting there.
I know everyone's thinking the same thing. It's a lot of mouths to feed.
2 tight ends are already off the board, and then defense kicker. We'll get to that when we get there. Like, you won't see those probably until like.
Oh,
damn! Malik Neighbors. So Jones is old Derek Jones went Garrett, Brandon Ayuk, and Neighbors, and JT. I don't. He's gonna have to. Hopefully he's got that. Hopefully JT stays healthy because he's not really going running back right now.
Who's your second running back?
Me?
Yeah.
I went Derrick Henry.
Oh, Henry's your second. Yeah,
He's on the screen right there. I got Henry, St. Brown.
Oh, you only got one running back.
I got my eye on a couple right now.
Oh shit!
They all started following, dude. Like I couldn't get one.
Oh, you're braving it out. You're thugging it out, bro.
I mean, you got 2. I mean, I have the same chance to get the same many as you. I've only had 3 picks.
But you're getting like a freaking 50th ranked running back.
That's fine. Jalen Hurts off the board, second quarterback. Wade's the same thing. Look, this is Wade's team right here. Look at this. He's got Olave, DJ Moore, and one running back in Barkley, and Hurts. He's got the quarterback running back stack.
Yeah, not bad.
Someone's getting a touchdown on the 1 yard line. He'll have the points regardless of who it's going to be.
True.
Yeah.
True. Very
Doc's
true.
on the board here. Doc stole my pick in round 1, and he went for a guy that shits on Lamar fucking Jackson. This motherfucker with Lamar Jackson. Fantasy value's up, though.
There goes the quarterbacks.
Go Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
God,
yeah,
I'm taking a huge chance, Jake.
Yeah, no, I just don't think that team's going to be good either.
Jalen Waddle off the board. It's not even just that. It's that I'm taking a chance on Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones, 2 older backs that have been in the league a little minute.
Somebody can have Najee. He's garbage.
You heard that, Warren?
Yeah, I think Warren ends up being the lead back early on.
I just got a text saying Aaron Jones, what a pick. Oof. Nico Collins, first Texans receiver off the board, Jake. He was the first one. But Nico Collins is receiver 2 on your fantasy team. You okay with that?
I think I would have went Tank Dell, honestly, over all three. Or I mean,
Really?
all two, out of all three of them.
Boats Young Hose, he's taking the chance too, Jake. He's living dangerously too. He's got 3 receivers and 1 running back.
Yeah, y'all are big time.
3 quarterbacks off the board too.
I think Jeff probably takes Mahomes right here.
Yeah, you do know Jeff pretty well, huh?
I mean, we haven't talked anything with this draft, but
Mahomes.
I knew it. Yeah.
Just the history of dealing with him. You know what he's going to do. Here's
Yeah.
Luke back on. Luke's got to go receiver. You figure Luke has got to go receiver. He's got none. He's got 2 running backs and a tight end. That's a bold strategy, though, Jake.
No, I mean, it can work out for him. Wide receivers deep.
They
Like,
are, but you got it.
We're in the 50. We're in the 50s, almost 60s, and look at some of these receivers we still got available.
DK is a good option.
DK, Diggs, Ridley, Tank Dell,
Back, Doc.
Pickens.
Doc, I hate you, by the way, for taking Travis Etienne.
I know. I heard your gripe right before I left, right before I got off camera.
But you know I'm a big Etienne guy. It's not, he didn't do it in spite of me. Yeah, there goes Luke with DK Metcalf. Doc, very you're a Lamar Jackson fan for the year.
Yeah, that sucks, bro.
I was gonna take Jalen. I wasn't gonna go quarterback, and I'm sure the first 2 were auto draft. Josh Allen went off the board, and then
He said auto drafted.
I'm pretty sure they were both auto because nobody's taking fucking quarterbacks this early. But I was gonna take Jalen Hurts because I wanted a running quarterback. I wanted a dual threat guy, and Jalen Hurts literally got picked up the pick before me that I'm sure was also an auto draft by Wade Rule because I don't know why it took him. It had to be. It doesn't take you an entire minute to decide you're going to settle on a quarterback in the 4th round. All right. But I had to jump on it.
Chris went Tank Dell, second Texans receiver off the board.
I am set. I have the 4 cornerstones of my team set, one at a different position. I'm good.
So we're talking Luke, did he go his receivers? He went DK and Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers is a great pickup. He would have gone Lamar if Lamar was available. I took him just so Luke couldn't have him. Shout
out to you, Greg, Pistons fan over here. 5th round, Kincaid, Monty, or Higgins if I already have 2 receivers, 2 running backs. Yeah, I like Higgins, honestly, this year. And Kincaid's in my tier 1 tight ends. Higgins is for a contract, so you got to go.
I like Kincaid, too. I actually almost regret drafting Travis Kelce now because I would have gone Kincaid, especially because he's going to be the best receiver on that team.
Trey McBride went right here. Pick 63.
Diggs.
Wow, 3 Texan wide receivers
are off the board. Trey McBride went, and then followed.
And that's a bold move. That's a bold move, especially as a manager. And you're like, hey, I'm hoping
he's
that
a running back.
Guy.
But look at Gary's team, Doc. It's on the screen right here. A-Chain.
I can't really see.
Then
How do I make this bigger? Oh, there we go.
You got A-Chain, so you guys running back, but he's got CD, Puka, Devontae Smith, Stephon. It's like, I mean, maybe you trade one of the receivers. There goes Kincaid in the 5th, like you mentioned, Greg.
He's going to do something.
I mean, Kincaid's going to be the option.
Music. Right? Is that you, Doc?
That's my kid's baby monitor. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just asking.
I got to hear it with the headphones on.
Someone just snaked the tight end pick. I'm assuming Kincaid was snaked from the guy right before me. Yeah, well.
You wanted Kincaid?
No, the guy picking right now. He just texted me.
I would have gone Kincaid now. That's a great pickup. 5th round for Kincaid. That's a great pickup.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Ridley.
I did not do.
Well, Jake,
I'm in a wild time right now. My kid was crying upstairs. I'm back and forth and a lot of stuff.
Here we go.
So I was not thinking great, but I probably would have passed on Travis Kelce to take a chance on. Even Kincaid in the 4th would have been a great pickup.
I like having my 2 receivers, St. Brown and Mike Evans. I'm on the clock here, and I do have Henry and Aaron Jones, Jake and Doc. I'm going James Conner.
Ooh.
So I've got to go.
I got my 3 running backs now. Now I can focus on receivers and tight end. I can get back to what I want to do.
This is tough.
This is tough. This round, these next 2 rounds, I think it's going to win or lose your draft right here. These are big picks.
Do you like my?
I think.
You think Connor's solid?
Yeah, I think so.
What you eating there?
A brownie.
This is tough.
Oh, tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, since we have some viewers in here, tomorrow night, this show will be giving our NFL awards predictions. We're going to give our MVP, Coach of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, Rookies of the Year on both sides, and our Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year, and talk a little NFL about some stuff that's happened. So, Doc, 10 seconds, though. Can't wait for tomorrow night, boys. That's going to be a fun episode. It's going to be a very fun episode. Doc with Amari Cooper. Doc, you have Amari Cooper in Dynasty too, right? Or no?
No, I had him actually last year in redraft.
And you got him again.
And I got him again. That 50-pointer he put up last year won me a game.
Yeah, here we go with Wade Rule on the board. And once again, still only one running back.
Jake, I've got to ask for the viewers at home, is the phone still broken?
Yeah, it is, because he hasn't paid the fantasy fees yet, too. You're asking for trades. I'm asking for money.
I'm not. Who said I'm trying to get a McDonald's shirt here?
No.
Okay.
No, I know what you're trying to do.
No,
I'm
not doing nothing.
For everyone's. We're talking
everyone. I just needed it.
Ooh, George Pickens off the board there.
That's a bold
Jones
move,
is
Russell Wilson.
George Pickens wasn't bad last year, or Fields. Could be Fields. Mike Tomlin's supposed to announce his starter this week at the end of the week, no later. What do y'all think?
I'm just saying, Jake. I'm still waiting. That's all I'm saying.
Jake, who you want? This guy's not watching. This guy's not watching. Who you want?
Are you sure he ain't watching?
He's deployed. He's in the middle of bed. Probably it's 4:30 in the morning with a roommate. He's not watching the show.
Who's that?
Derek Jones. Yeah, he just went to
Jones. Not a bad auto draft.
Oh no, Jake went Stroud. Jake went Stroud. I'm sorry. Jones went Stevenson. Jake went C.J. Stroud.
Interesting choice.
Anyone want AR?
No.
Absolutely not.
The Bears receivers are still – well, you still got 2 of the Bears receivers too, and the running back. You got Keenan Allen and Dunze and DeAndre Swift.
Dunze is great for Dynasty. I don't know if I'm taking him this year with Allen and more in front of him. I mean, you need a big injury or 3 to really –
Zamir White, that's where I was wondering where he was going to go. That's an interesting name in fantasy this year. Got him at the 60th pick. And then Evan Ingram. So Sydney's got her whole starting lineup, but no depth behind so far. And then Jake.
Oh, is Sydney? She was the first one that took a quarterback.
Jake went Kyle Pitts. Jake, speaking of Kyle Pitts, you still have my jersey that I was supposed to get like 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm. I think it's in his closet.
Unbelievable. Is that who that is? S. Bagwell? That's Sydney? That's Luke's wife?
That's Luke's fiance, yeah. We'll be wife.
Or Luke's
January.
fiance. Unbelievable. She's the one that took the quarterback first.
She went Josh Allen, man. Not bad. It's honestly not a bad idea. Josh Allen.
Rookie move.
Hey, she's actually finished better than you have. She's finished, I think, 3rd 1 year. She knows how to play the game. The question though is when's AR going to go?
So last year was my first year playing fantasy football.
Oh, get out of here, dude.
And I don't think I did too bad.
Man, I want to Kyle Pitts.
Any clarity on the starting running back, Greg? I mean, I expect Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins to split the backfield pretty evenly. J.K.'s not a bad running back when he's healthy. Just he's never healthy. Gus Edwards is a tank to. Jones went Dak Prescott before AR, so quarterbacks are starting to slip a little bit. Wade's on the clock here. Jalen, Wade. I feel like this is the running back pick right here, right? I feel he's going to go Jalen Warren. That's my prediction.
I saw today that the Niners asked for Scary Terry for Ayuk straight up.
Yeah, what's going on with Ayuk, man? Still don't know.
He showed up to the preseason game yesterday.
Oh, also Jamar Chase practiced, so that's good news for the. He was never going to sit out.
So when you do it on the computer, does it automatically pull up the drafting team's lineup?
No, I'm doing it myself. So if you see my mouse,
I'll
drop. Oh, yeah, it doesn't show the drop down. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and hit that drop down, dude. Go ahead and hit that shit. All right, Lamar, Etienne, Jefferson. I'm like, dude, that's a fucking team right there.
Wade went Montgomery. Yeah, you need a running back though. Huh? Jonathan Brooks, people are saying could be a game steal the second half of your fantasy season. He's supposed to miss like the first few weeks.
I think Jalen Warren's gonna be a beast.
But they're so heavy, they're like a true split back.
Nah, but Najee's garbage.
I have my eye on somebody, Jake. I really do. Can't say it now. Doc's on the board.
I was gonna go George Kittle if Kyle Pitts didn't make it.
Greg mentioned something, and Greg, what you said about the fifth, I'm potentially going to do it in the sixth, my friend.
I got to be honest. I really, this is so tough.
3 seconds. Tajay Spears off the board.
Ooh.
He's clearly the number one in Tennessee now.
Yeah, he is.
Right.
But is he good?
He's not the clear one.
Yeah, he is.
He's a clear third down one. He's the third down, but Tony Pollard's the one.
Tony Pollard's dog shit, dude. He ain't getting it.
All right, so Greg mentioned something, and I agree. This guy's playing for a contract. I'm going T. Higgins. It's
playing for a contract don't give you skill, dude. He scored under 10 points 7 times last year in 11 games.
He was hurt most of the year, dude. He's battling.
No, I didn't say 7 times in 18 weeks. I said 7 times in the 11 games that he played. Was he hurt for all 7 of those games that he scored under 10 points?
He also had Jake Browning throwing the ball, too.
Jake Browning balled out.
No, he did not. Yep. Stop.
Dude, come on. That whole Cincinnati scheme is fucked up to begin with.
It'll be fun this year when they're healthy.
Jake Browning.
So there goes Swift. Joe, and recapping the kicks real quick after T. Higgins.
DeAndre Swift was the other one I was looking at.
DeAndre Swift to LV Rari, and there goes Najee Harris before Jalen Warren to Boats and Young Hose.
I don't like it.
And now on the clock. Jake, what's your prediction here with your boy? Finity Majan, old Jeff.
Richardson. Got to go quarterback before they all get off the board.
No, he's got Mahomes.
He went Jalen Warren. He went Warren.
I would not expected that.
Luke doesn't have a quarterback neither.
You were just talking him up there.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about for him draft.
Scary Terry. There goes Scary Terry to Luke.
Terry McLaurin. With a rookie quarterback. Bold move.
I think Jane Daniels is going to have a good year.
I think he is.
Yeah, I agree.
He's not going to have as good of a year as one guy that I'm thinking of, but that's just because the pieces are around. He can't fuck it up. He cannot possibly fuck it up.
Oh, Caleb, you mean?
Yeah, but then again, we were talking about Chicago, so he'll probably fuck it up.
That's true. Chris is on the clock here. So Chris and Luke, no quarterbacks at the top of the draft. Funny enough, Chris and Luke were the number 1 and 2 finishing players last year, and they're the first 2 picks in the draft. So Luke did win. Chris got second.
And Luke went with the second pick, huh? Chris went with the first.
Yeah, Chris went CMC. Luke went Bijan.
Why did Chris go? I'm going to be honest. I'm stoked that I got the 8th pick.
My other draft, I got the number 1. I'm going CMC, but I'm not feeling the rest of the draft.
Well, you're also in a 14-man league, too. It's a little different, too.
It's 14 also, yeah. I don't pick. So I get 1, and then I pick again at what? Freaking 29? Yeah. Gosh.
28, 29, yeah, I'm sorry. Chris went 29. Jaden Reed, Chris.
You get 3 of the top 30 when you pick number 1 in a 14 team.
I like Jaden Reed, but it's scary because if Christian Watson is healthy, he is better. And then Chris stacked. There he goes. Chris stacked. He went Love and Jaden Reed back to back. So
all right.
Stackaroo there. Luke's on the clock here. Luke, if you're gonna stack, go Baker Mayfield. Or Geno. Can't get or Jared Goff.
Go Geno, dude. Geno's coming back this year.
No. Luke's got to get Joe Burrow here.
I went Lamar. He's got to go Joe Burrow.
Exactly.
I feel like you respect
Lamar. About a trade, Luke.
I feel like you respect Lamar more than Luke respects Joe Burrow. I really do. Luke went Anthony Richardson.
Lamar just ain't a QB1. That's all I've said. So I'm not saying he's a bad player.
A fantasy quarterback, though. So, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal fantasy quarterback. Josh Allen, even Hurts is a phenomenal fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, those 1-yard touchdowns he gets over and over.
Oh, my God, dude. That's 6 points every time.
Luke's been ragging AR about him being a bust, his shoulder, and he went and picked him.
Who is that?
AR went to Luke.
Oh
Anthony
my
Richardson.
God, he did take it. Okay. What am I up? I got a handful of picks before me.
Man, there's still some talent on the board.
There's a lot of talent to be talked about, Jake, and a lot of potential future talent.
Deontay Johnson off the board to Infinity Bajan.
Deontay? I don't know about that. I guess he will be he's the one, right?
I think I know who I'm going with next.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
No, nobody wants Old Man Allen? Why Keenan Allen just chilling there?
He's going to do well, but he's going to bring somebody else down in that team.
Yeah. I mean, are they expecting a Rashid suspension or what?
Kyler Murray off the board.
I don't know how he doesn't get a suspension.
Rice is not getting suspended this year. It usually takes the NFL over a year. So he'll get suspended for next season. It took Alvin Kamara a year to get suspended. It took these guys that are getting suspended now. It took them.
Yeah, but Kamara was still an open case for a long time. Rasheed's is.
So was Rashid Rice. It's still an open case. He won't get drafted in 2025. Guarantee it.
All right. I thought his shit was closed.
They're not going to do it this late into the season unless like something crazy happens.
Well, they'll do it whenever it happens. They'll do it whenever it happens. Whenever they have what they need, it could be week fucking 13 through 18. If they got what they need, they're going to make it happen.
And Patty was liking Rice. He was loving Rice. There goes Christian Watson.
Man, Eckler at 93 is crazy.
He's not the same Eckler though, man.
He's also. I think he's Joe Burrow right now.
Joe Burrow. I was faster than I was thinking.
Isn't he behind Robinson in Washington?
Oh, he's the pass catcher. He's the pass catcher. Robinson is the 1-2.
I mean, I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm just saying we're used to Eckler being like top 5. Now he's 93. Like last year, where'd he go? Like one of the top running backs, right?
Yeah. And then he shit the bed.
Now he's 93.
It's a fickle sport.
I'm going Rashid Rice.
Hold up, Mark.
I went Rashid Rice, Jake.
Confident in the no suspension.
Well, I also have – he's my fourth receiver, too. I have T. Higgins, Devontae, and – I mean, I have St. Brown and Mike Evans and T. Higgins. So
is Javonte not the lead back for Denver?
He is.
Why is he still sitting there?
Because it's Denver. It's the Denver Broncos.
I mean, I agree.
Doc went Godwin.
He's still a lead back.
So Doc is just going – he's just filling a starting lineup. That's what he's doing. Nothing wrong with that.
Dude, I'm happy with that team.
Question is,
I got the big pieces set. I'm happy.
Who doesn't have quarterback? So the first 3 players have quarterbacks. First 4, the 5th pick doesn't. 6th pick does. I don't. Doc does. Jake does. So only 2 guys don't have quarterbacks yet. Got it.
Ferraro and who else?
Me. Ferraro and me don't have quarterbacks.
Well, there's still a lot of quarterbacks left.
Well, that's the thing in redraft, and especially without a super flex.
Well, these are the quarterbacks that are available if you on the screen.
Dude, honestly, I would ride fucking. I should have passed and just rode Caleb Williams.
Damn, Jared Goff to a 5th.
Purdy's still available?
I was gonna say I should have rode Purdy.
Bless.
By Brian Robinson Jr.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I'm happy. Lamar, I'm good with Lamar.
David Njoku. Jones
almost
was
400
David
last year.
Jake's on the clock.
It cost me over 400 last year in the wallet, but you know, I digress.
Yeah, I mean, Jake went Keenan Allen in the flex spot.
I was looking at him.
Jake, you don't have any bye week, hell. You just have 2 guys on 6, but 2 different positions, so you can avoid that pretty easily. I don't think anyone's got Bye week
I'll
helps.
Oh, dude, my bye week. That was one of the reasons I went Goblin. That bye week looking good for me, dude.
I don't mind if you have one bad bye week. Then there you go. I mean, you just have to.
You're gonna lose a game. If that's the game you lose, let it be that one. Unless
Yeah,
you're
well,
Luke, then you just lose
I'm
to
telling you.
the true best team in the league, who just happened to play
Jonathan-
everybody on their best week.
Jonathan Brooks is not a bad option once he returns. I have a sneaky pick. I think I'm gonna do.
When's Brooks
I
coming
really
back?
do. I can pull up his thing. They're saying the first few weeks. I think he's out. Yeah, it says expect to miss the first 3 to 4 games. But like around the
139, and he's the RB1.
Or it picks. We just finished 7 rounds. So whatever 7 times 12 is. So
What?
Jonathan Brooks just went the Matt money back. So, but she's gonna have to take him out of her flex. That's what she's gonna have to do. So whoever she goes here will probably be her flex player for the first week.
And she's up again.
Yeah,
Who
she's
she
up
got?
again. This is her team right here, Doc. She got Josh Allen, Isaiah Pacheco, Zamir White, AJ Brown, Michael Pittman Jr., Evan Ingram, and Jonathan Brooks. Hook 'em horns, baby. That's just on the clock here. Hopkins is going to miss the first couple weeks as well, right, Jake? 2 to 3 weeks.
Most likely.
She went Jackson Smith Njigba.
Wow.
Love the name. Hey,
He's moving up though.
I have my eyes on someone. I am getting a tingly feeling it's going to happen.
I already know who you're looking at.
You don't have no idea who I'm looking at.
Yeah, I do.
Who? Vlad McConkey, baby.
No, it's not, because you wouldn't have just said that out loud.
You're right. I can name everyone on this fucking screen. I'm gonna try and get him around 9.
I think I know who I'm going
Ooh,
next.
Jake went Hollywood Brown.
I think I know who I'm going next, but it's going to be a tough
So Jake went Hollywood. I went Rashee Rice. So
tough sell for me.
Jones on here on the clock. He is now starting to clear out starting to fill his bench out. He'll start to fill out his
Go
bench.
defense, Jones.
Go Niners defense. Or go Tucker. Not a bad value in the 8th round. John H. Oh, another new time viewer. Thoughts on Bijan touches? So, John, they're saying that be careful with Bijan in the red zone. Algier can get some touches. If it's 3rd down in the red zone, I still think Bijan will come in. But Bijan, they're saying they're higher on. So it looks like Bijan is going to be the guy that is the main ball handler compared to what was with Arthur Smith. Luke, John went Bijan with the 2nd pick in fantasy this year. So the first 3 picks did go running back. Javonte Williams. So Romaduzzi after Jake, and then Javonte Williams. Doc here is on the clock. Here's your screen, Doc, if you need to see it.
That Javonte could be a good pick right there, man.
There's one guy that I'm really looking
Talking
at.
about a good pick. Wait to this pick. Either good for Doc or good for me. This guy is going to win you. Is going to win you a league. He's not on the screen right now. He's not on my screen. Something I've been hyping up off air.
No.
Would you take Hall over Bijan? Thanks for the advice. I mean, that's a tough one. Bijan, I mean, Breece Hall's lines should be a little more improved. He was the 2nd best running back in fantasy. Falcons do have one of the best offensive lines, but the Jets have a lot of mouths to feed. All right. I'm going Nick Chubb.
God damn it! That's who I was looking. I knew it. I fucking knew it. That's who I was looking at. Fuck.
I almost did it. Instead of Hollywood too, but I'm just not confident in when he's going to return.
He's my running back 4.
Yeah.
I know.
For sure.
Running back 4. He could be my running back 2 in the second half of the season.
That entire minute was spent looking at a bona fide RB1 and Nick Chubb. I was really getting ready to pull the trigger on Chubb.
Me too. My whole minute was reading about Chubb, and then I chickened out.
Lad McConkey went
Same.
after Nick Chubb and then Devin Singletary. So he is my, like right here, if you look at my screen, he's my running back 4. He could be my running back 2. He could take Aaron Jones' spot and James Conner's spot. I love my I take it back. I love my team. I'm sold. He might be running back 1. I mean, I love Derrick Henry, but he might he could obviously it won't be overall points because he's gonna miss some games. But Jerome Ford is the starting running back, by the way. If everyone that's listening to start the season, they did announce that. God damn it, Doc! You thought I was going?
That's who I thought you were doing. Yep, I told you I knew because I was eyeballing him too. I was eyeballing him just the same.
Nothing wrong with Zach Moss. Jake Ferguson off the board. That's Jake's tight end. Or Geary's tight end. I still need a tight end and a quarterback. God damn.
No, and I think Moss is going to have a better year than what the
he's a starter, yeah.
Than what the projections are. Yeah, I think he was projected 155. He's going to do better than 155, dude.
TJ Hawkinson is supposed to miss the first 4 to 6 weeks as well. So, like, when does someone double? Because someone's going to double up on tight end. I
had him last year. He was a monster for me last year.
Oh, he's amazing. Yeah.
All right. So, Jake, your boy Anthony Bijan went Austin Eckler, his first bench guy.
Good. You never know.
That's his roster right now. Now Luke's up. Luke went Tony Pollard. That's his third running back. Hey, Nick Chubb returns. I'm in the market to trade for anything else. Nick Chubb returns. Do some business. I can give you.
If he returns,
I'm confident. There goes Raheem Mostert to Chris.
Last I heard, he was like only able to barely run in a straight line.
So Chris was talking about Sam Laporta being a touchdown or bust guy. I mean, is that going to be Raheem Mostert this year? Is he going to get 20 plus touchdowns this year?
Once A-Chain gets hurt, that dude's so small.
Jalen Wright is a beast too. Jalen Wright's going to be used. I think Jalen Wright's going to be a second half player this year. I really do. Christian Kirk and Hopkins on the board still.
I know, right? Nobody wants Zeke. Keon Coleman.
Hey, how is Zeke in the top 100 here? The top 90?
I know. Gosh. Xavier Worthy.
Hey, that's a fast motherfucker. Doesn't have drop issues in preseason, Doc. Doc's so pissed that I went. There goes Hopkins.
So you went what?
You're so pissed I went Chubb. Hey, I'll give you Chubb for ETN.
I will tell you what you can do with that trade off air because there's a lot of repercussions if I say that on camera.
There goes Luke. I had a feeling Luke was going to go get Keon Coleman. Luke did go Coleman.
That's who my next pick was.
I like the Coleman there.
Well, he was in the consideration for the next pick.
Cortland Sutton went to Anthony Bijan. Do you like your boy's team, Jake? Right here, it's on the screen. You can be honest.
It's got potential. I mean, I wouldn't right off the bat say it's the best team.
These two right here. You're trusting the rookie, and you're trusting Kirk to get London what we think he should.
I'm trusting the rookie in Arizona because they ain't got no other options.
No, absolutely.
McBride fell off last year.
He's going to have his targets.
Yeah, McBride started out hot and just died. He just flatlined last year.
So Geary is going to be a guy that could trade receivers for a running back. He's only got 18 in Najee Harris.
I was definitely looking at Christian Kirk.
He's taking a chance on his run. There goes Caleb Williams. So there goes Rari getting. So I'm the only.
That's a good pick. That's a good. I mean, the pieces around him. That's a steal. That's a steal in my opinion.
Mixing it up.
I know who Mark's going next.
Who am I going, Doc? Tell me.
Fucking Zeke, dude. Taking Zeke
Dallas
off
Goedert.
the board.
Is Dallas Goedert still hurt?
No, I don't think so.
Who's your tight end, Mark?
I don't have a tight end or quarterback. Darnell Mooney.
Oh, shit.
Damn, I was eyeing Darnell Mooney. Like later.
Yeah, I was too, way later, though.
Yeah, he's like a 13 to 15 for me.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
He got rode out of the offense in Chicago, and because I think contract stuff was coming up, and then after that, it just.
There he goes. I got my tight end, Brock Bowers.
I am shocked because I thought for sure that this is where you were going.
I have Rashee Rice. Why'd I go Worthy?
Oh, I forgot you took Rice.
Yeah, I took the first. I got the first Chiefs receiver out of the. So hey, all three of us have a Chiefs receiver on our roster. Jake's got Hollywood. You got Worthy.
Oh,
and I got Rice. We're all talking shit.
Hopefully, we all ruin the Chiefs completely.
Hey, well, I'm okay letting them win another one if it sacrifices, because Tom Brady's never done it. So you know how I am. I just want him to do things Brady couldn't do.
Man, I'm torn here, big time.
So caught on.
Jake!
So Jake so Doc, yeah, you went Worthy. So I already have. How many rookies everyone got on their team? That's your first rookie, right, Doc?
I don't. Is it? I don't think it is.
Yeah, no, you went Worthy. Yeah.
There
goes Jameson Williams.
Oh, it is. Shit,
First
okay.
one. I've got a rookie. I got Brock Bowers.
I like Worthy though with Mahomes.
Who's up, Jake?
No, I'm not it, right?
No. I was trying to get to the right team. So yeah, Jones is back on the clock here.
I gotta see where I'm at. I think I'm just filling bench at this point. I think I know what I need next.
We're in round 9. We're almost done with round 9. It's a 15-round league. A standard quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end, flex, kicker, defense. And
how much time has we got?
Oh, he just went Chase Brown. Jake's taking J.K. Dobbins, taking a chance on J.K., huh?
Mm-hmm.
A little early for my liking. Was he up there towards the top? Was that why I didn't see? Okay.
He was like two right off the top, like 2
So
down.
there goes your answer, Greg. If you're still listening, Jake did go J.K. over Gus Edwards. Pistons fan too is interesting guy. Detroit Pistons fan in there. Money bags on the clock here. First kicker off the board, Justin Tucker.
Was that Luke?
That was his fiance.
Shocker.
Good for you, Sydney. Way to give it to Luke. Way to fuck him. Best kicker in the league. I mean, what can you say? Oh, man. Guys, crazy. 2024, the first of our first ever draft watch along and our first fantasy football draft watch along. Pretty good stuff. Man, what the hell is that? What is that?
Vacuum.
Jesus Christ.
She's vacuuming in anger.
Turn your speaker off. Turn that video thing off. Not your speaker, but like the baby monitor.
Oh, no, I think the baby monitor. She's upstairs in the kitchen.
Oh, Zeke Elliott off the board. And then Jake's on the clock here.
It's tough. This is tough.
It really is. I still have no quarterback. I'm the only one. I wonder if someone takes one before I take my first one before someone takes the second one. I'm not really big on drafting 2 quarterbacks, to be honest with you. I just stream one on a bye week. Jake went kicker? Yuck. A little early for me.
I wanted Aubrey.
But I'm eyeing. I got my eye. Hey, Doc, I got my eye on someone else coming up. See what you can do with that one. Let's see if you can guess my next one. You said you knew I wanted Nick Chubb there. Fuck! God damn it! I wanted Brian Thomas Jr.
Did you?
That happened 20 seconds ago. Did you just get the notification on your phone?
I just looked down. I was
going to say that happened when you said that. Like, he was already gone when you said, "Can you guess who's next?" I would have never guessed it. He was already gone.
Jerome Ford. So Jerome Ford will be the starter for Colin Kamara. Like, he's Browns running back until now. I guess it's time for me to go quarterback. I was gonna save my quarterback to around 11, but
Who, Jaden?
No, I have my eye on someone else. He said, "Oof." I got my eye on someone. Doc's quarterback's Lamar. No, yeah, I'm going Jaden Daniels. I didn't want Doc to actually take a second running back record to fuck me.
No, I wouldn't taking him. I mean,
yeah, I'm going. Hey,
I might have just to fuck you because I could have definitely made a trade for a running back.
Jaden Daniels in the 10th round, though.
I honestly almost went Daniels there as my second QB just to trade later.
So I didn't even try. I have two rookies in my starting lineup. I got Brock Bowers and Jaden Daniels. No. Mixing it up's on the clock here. I mean, Jaden Daniels, 10th round, in the middle of 10th round. That's my, that's my quarterback. What can I do here? I was looking at fucking goddamn Brian Thomas Jr. Thought it would have been a good value for him. I really thought so. I think Brian Thomas is going to be the receiver 2 on Jacksonville. Quick, and then I think he could even take Kirk's spot. Jordan Addison off the board. Surprised he lasted that long, to be honest. Now we're in
now with the quarterback questions.
You talking Sam Darnold, man? Come on.
Just stop. Stop, dude, before we lose viewers.
Well, are you okay with Jefferson, though? And goes Curtis Samuel.
I'm not even throwing Jefferson, but I feel like
they'll at least target him so much.
Yeah, he's going to get his catches if he's healthy. He's going to get his target.
You think Hawkinson will benefit from a quarterback that struggles? Because they're usually the ones that struggle, like your tight ends, when he gets back.
Well, they do if they can create space and get open, but we'll see what happens.
If you're deep enough, man, to take Hawkinson, it's going to be phenomenal for somebody.
He's still available. I mean, does every team have a tight end?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's going to miss probably at least 6 weeks.
Every team, I think, has a tight end. I got one.
I know I got one.
Kelsey. No. Colin Kamara doesn't have one. Wade doesn't have one.
Yeah, but you're not going to take your number 1 tight end to miss 6 weeks.
No, you're not. That'd be silly.
There goes Trey Benson. Trey Benson off the board, the backup running back.
I was saying if someone's deep enough to take him and wait the 6 weeks, then it could be a huge trade bait too.
These are your tight ends, Jake. Hawkinson, Goddard, Freiermuth, Schultz, Cole Kmet. They keep Benson that's hired, but everyone keeps saying that Zach Ertz is the starter. So the Commanders tight end is weird to me.
I wouldn't mind Schultz later. I got CJ Stroud.
Who's your tight end?
Yeah, but there's too many receiving targets for Schultz to really get his.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying later, but I mean nothing now. I wouldn't care if someone.
Yeah, I might take him in a 15th if he's there just as a backup for that 1 week that
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like later on in the draft, maybe that's why I'm saying out loud. I don't care if anyone takes him, but if he's there later on, it wouldn't be terrible.
Infinity Bijan went Jerry Jeudy.
Deshaun Watson's ranked 200 overall or some crap.
Don't worry, they got Deshaun. They got Jameis. First defense off the board to Luke. He went Browns.
Jameis gonna get a lot of interceptions, but he's gonna get numbers elsewhere.
Damn, Luke took the first defense, round 10, pick 11, the Cleveland Browns. That defense struggled on the road last year. So, but defense is extreme.
Anything Luke does, it's a bad move.
I feel so bad for the Raiders, man. Brock Bowers, Devontae Adams, and freaking Jacoby Myers, and you got no one to throw the ball to him.
Jacoby was solid last year too in the beginning.
That's what I'm saying.
I know he was. Trust me, I know he was. I love me some Jacoby.
Yeah, he was amazing last year, but he's literally still got no one to throw to him.
Yeah, Jacob in his 14-man league, I remember.
Yeah, I did. I played him.
Well, didn't you? You almost used him as trade bait, I thought.
Yeah, I was trying to. I think I was trying to towards the end of the year.
Chris on the clock here. He went Mike Williams. If Mike Williams is healthy, that's one of those for a depth position. I mean, he's got Hopkins and Williams. He's got Adams. Chris has got receivers. Tank Dell did. It's only a broken fibula, but he looks fine. But guy that broke his fibula last year, Hopkins, who's banged up, Mike Williams, who's usually banged up, Jaden Reed I think is good, but when Watson's there, he could be the one. Watson usually gets receiver 1 reps or targets when he's healthy for half the season.
Chris, talk to me, man. I'll offer you some draft picks next year for Christian McCaffrey.
next year. Yeah, I told him today I hated the pick I got. And he's like, I'll give you number 1 for $100. And I was like, oh, so your money back? And Luke's like, I'll give you 2 for 50. I was like, oh, that's a good value there, Luke. He's like,
that's a much gooder value because CMC's gone, and then
if I got one, though, I could have got Bijan or Breece Hall. Chris is wasting the clock here.
You could have gotten literally anybody except for CMC.
Third kicker off the board, Harrison Butker. So what Luke's going to do is he did the same thing last year. He's going to trade Butker to Tuck for Buck. He's going to draft Butker away to get Tucker. Insider trading there with his wife. Love the music. Bay music is soothing.
Dude, you're welcome, dude.
I think
it's so calm and relaxed in here, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, Jay Tyson. Let's step it up, dude.
Is it too early to take defenses, you think?
Where we at? 11th?
No,
we're almost there, almost to where they're ranked. We should be coming up right. Oh, yes. There's Niners right there at the bottom. Yeah, they should be coming up. Because, think about it. You have to go a little bit earlier because you don't pick
Algier.
again. So, if you're going to defense, it's pretty close.
Finley Bajan went Algier. So he's got 2 Falcons, Jake.
Algier's a good – he gets touches.
Blake Corum, rookie out of Michigan, went to Boats, Young, and Hose.
I'm glad he took him there because if Blake Corum was still sitting there, my next pick, I was going to have to take him.
Well, this is his pick. He's got –
Well, I'm saying I was gonna have to go Corum if he was still there, just in case Kyron got hurt.
What I was gonna say though is this guy's trusting his running backs are A-Chain and Harris. When they have bye weeks, he's got Benson and Corum, 2 backups.
His starters are backups.
Wait, what did you just say?
Look, so this is Gary's team on the screen, right? He's got A-Chain and Harris, and then he's got Benson and Corum. It's like, dang, when those guys go on bye weeks, he's got to play 2 backups, Benson and Corum, and Jake's like, well, his starters are backups too.
Oh, shit. You said that was Gary's team?
Yeah, Dalton Schultz off the board, so that's his second
tough.
tight end. Chuba Herbert.
No, but
Chuba Herbert.
A-Chain could be the starter, but let's be real. Mostart's getting touches. And Jalen Warren's taking Najee's job. I don't care what anyone says. It should have happened last year.
Am I really going to go fucking all these rookie players this year? I'm eyeing a Donnie Mitchell.
Oof. Over Jacoby?
I have Brock Bowers. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you do already have a Raider. Yeah, you definitely don't want 2 Raiders.
Do I take TJ Hawkinson?
But then you're going to be relying on Hawkinson and Chubb to come back. Your bench is going to be injured players.
No, you're right there. Lockett's available still.
Yeah, because he's on a major decline.
I'm gonna go Longhorn.
I like it better than Lockett.
Pull me up, dude. Let's see what we got here. Running back, wide receiver, running back.
I've got 3 fucking rookies though on my team.
Yeah, it's great.
I like this rookie class though. I think this rookie class honestly is not that bad.
I like Jacoby Myers sitting right there. Man.
I do too.
Yeah.
He's off the board now.
I was literally pushing that as you said. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
The dude didn't really have a quarterback last year either and still balled out.
Balled out.
In the in the 11th round or 12th round, I'm good with it, dude.
And he's going to be the second or third he's going to be the second or third option too.
He's the second option. He was last
year. Well, it depends on how much they use Bowers, because Bowers, I think has the potential to get
Bowers. I don't know, man, because Bowers coming in as a rookie with Devontae Adams, I don't think that there's enough there to make him a top receiving target.
There was a tight end last year that did it with a guy that had number 1 on his team named Amon-Ra St. Brown. Laporta was used just fine. Similar situation in Detroit, honestly.
That's because Detroit is a dog shit.
Goff is. Besides Goff, oh, there goes Lockett. Lockett's off the board. Caught on Kamara or on.
Jake, what are you thinking, dude? Jones ain't here. What are you thinking, Jake?
Yeah, Jones ain't watching.
Definitely ain't watching. Even if he's in the draft, he ain't fucking. They ain't got reception out there for that.
He's like I said, it's middle of the morning. It's 5 in the morning.
Yeah, with that pick, he definitely ain't watching.
Jake's going defense with one of these two picks. Oh, he went Gibson, and then Jake went Hawkinson. There goes your Hawkinson pick. Yeah.
Okay. Don't sleep on fucking
Jake. Jake. I'm not gonna lie. Your bench. I don't know how I feel.
Is that me up there right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if Hawkinson comes back, you can. That's fine.
And if Dobbins is healthy, I think it's a steal where I got him.
No, there goes the 49ers defense to money bags. Second defense off the board.
Yeah, I'm going defense too. Now that I know she's not going another defense.
These are your defenses that are available right here. The
Yeah,
Lions projected better than the Chiefs. That's interesting. There goes Charbonnet. I don't know, Jake. I don't know about the Ravens defense. I think they're still a solid defense. It's just D-line, our new defense. Shout out to the Ravens too. The offensive line coach did pass away today at age of 70. God, I was gonna go Jets defense right there. I was gonna go Jets defense. Do I take the Steelers defense? But they play Atlanta week 1. Like, am I wrong? Like,
right.
What do I do? I could always drop my last pick.
Oh, this is a tough pick here. I think if what I'm thinking goes, I think I know what I'm thinking.
So high on defense
because Hutchinson, and they just got somebody. They just got somebody opposite of Hutchinson. That's I don't remember who it is, but he's looking good.
Yeah. They got a ton
Look
of
at the Chiefs. This is the Chiefs last year, and they only really lost Snead.
Dallas Goedert. All right, boys. I am thinking. I'm tossed between Cowboys defense and Bears defense. And when you look at the Bears last year, what they did post the Montez Sweat deal, they were -1, -5, -4, +4 through the first 5 games.
Who's this?
The Bears defense. So they were 106 from week 6 and beyond.
Okay.
But I think I had the Cowboys for the better part of last year, and they did me well.
They didn't really add anything. I mean, they got Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer could.
They didn't add a single player, I don't think.
Oh, added Eric Hendricks, and they lost. And they lost Bland. And they lost Bland for 6 to 8 weeks.
I'm doing it. Fuck it.
They lost their second. They lost Bland, who's the second corner, and he's coming back from an injury. So. Just saying, be careful.
That's fine.
I'm going defense.
If they play like they did before the playoffs, they'll be fine.
I'm going to go Pittsburgh right here. I think solid defense. T.J. Watt, Highsmith. I'm sorry, not Hightower. Highsmith, and then Joey Porter in the back end. Fitzpatrick, just all defense. I mean, even if they play week 1.
And that's how I felt with Dallas. They still got enough up front that's going to disrupt the play.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh's got all over the board, though. They have secondary, too.
That's fine.
Bland just said he's out 6 to 8 weeks. That's pretty big. Enough on my bench that I could take a chance to go defense now.
That's what I'm saying. I had to get it done.
I still need a kicker, but mixing it up here, I don't even know who's
how is BDP still there, man?
Who?
Big Dick Purdy. Well, it's BC.
BCB.
BCB. Yeah.
That's why I was like BC. I was like, what? No, BCB.
Kirk Cousins off the board. That's going to be mixing it up second quarterback, and then Gabe Davis.
Interesting take. Over baby cock Brock. That's an interesting take for Kirk Cousins.
I didn't expect Purdy to make it around back to me. I was going to take Cousins
as your backup. I'm not big on taking backups, honestly. But now I have Daniels. I might need to.
It's an amazing. Yeah, if you have a running quarterback, I got Stroud. You need one. Plus, it's amazing trade bait later in the year when you got a stud quarterback just chilling on your bench.
Especially if you got a rookie that balled out that you don't really need. Like you're past the bye week where you really need him, and your your number 1 is good. You can fucking move him.
Move him easily.
This league
Yeah.
is very stingy in trades. Like trades don't.
And
Often
you've got this is fucking redraft, so people aren't hoarding quarterbacks. You've got quarterbacks and free agents.
Chargers defense over the Chiefs and the Saints defense. There goes Aaron Rodgers, Bijan and Vinny Bijan.
He's got Mahomes and Rodgers. Wow. See, he's gonna be able to trade one big time.
Well,
Rodgers ain't gonna do what everybody thinks.
You ain't trading Mahomes though. Luke went Jalen Wright, rookie running back from Miami, and then Chris went Chiefs defense, and then Adam Thielen. So Chris went Thielen.
Oh,
so Chris has got two Panthers receivers though. He's got Leggett and Thielen.
Oh, he took Leggett?
Yeah.
I was actually just about to check the board for him.
No,
man, I see someone who I think is gonna go off this year, just chilling.
Who is it?
Like what? I can't even. I think y'all pick before me, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll close. I'll pick somebody else if you tell me.
Man,
Well, I won't
oh.
pick them if you pay me my fantasy money. You know, it's not hard to go on your phone and click accept.
Or if you answer my fucking text.
He's drafted on his tablet. He's not even drafted on his phone. I know.
Well, I heard the ding. All right, I know the phone is there. I heard the ding.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm only asking for fantasy money and you know NFL Sunday ticket money. That's important to me and Jake. That ticket, Jake. I'm so glad you went halfsies with me because
Yeah, that'd be rough for yourself.
Watch.
Luke went Rashid Shaheed from the Saints. I think that's their number 2.
He's silent. There it is. Told you. There it is. I know the phone is there.
Hold on. My messages go to my iPad too.
Yeah, but I know your phone's always on you. I know.
You're doing it. Damn it.
Jake is the best screen reader. Where he's the best screen reader. He's like a high school like girlfriend. If he doesn't want to talk, he'll like let me ignore this phone call. Pat Fryermuth, Young Hoku, next 2 picks off the board.
Oh, I like Fryermuth right there.
Well, and Vinny Bijan, he's also got Trey McBride. So, but his whole board is filled up.
Trey McBride. Look for Trey McBride to drastically fall off this year with Marvin Harrison Jr. and with Kyler Murray back full season.
Oh, both of y'all picked before I.
Brandon Cooks went. I'm going kicker here, Jake. I'm going Evan McPherson.
Yeah.
And I am up. Pull me up here, buddy. Pull me up because I think I need a kicker, a backup for something.
And stay tuned too. We're not gonna stay on too long after that we do this, but we are just gonna go team through team and just. I mean, if you guys don't mind, just saying how you feel about that team. It doesn't have to be any too in detail. We just say, hey, we like it, we don't like it, and whatnot, and then we can sign off. We got a big show tomorrow, like I said, NFL awards show tomorrow. I will need both of your guys's. I mean, if you guys are on the show tomorrow, are you guys gonna be on tomorrow night?
I'm looking right now. I got a draft tomorrow. Let me see what time my draft is.
If you're not gonna be on tomorrow night, just text me what you think the awards are gonna be. I'll read it off. But like I know Chris is not. He's still moving into his house this weekend. Congrats to you, Chris, and your wife and family. Doc went Matt Gay from the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, when Richardson gets hurt again, I'm gonna be the guy that can put some points on the board.
Right.
How do I see it? Usually it tells me right here.
Romeo Dobbs off the board.
Oh no!
Is that who you were talking
about? That's what I was looking at too.
Oh no! Dobbs is a steal right there, man. They were saying he's been looking amazing too. Oh.
God damn it, Jake!
Jake went Brock Purdy. Fireburn.
I knew he was fucking gonna, man.
Is that what you wanted?
I was going Dobbs.
I'll give you Matt Gay for Brock Purdy.
About the same value, to be honest.
Yeah, he's gonna ride your bench anyways, dude. I'll give you a starting kicker. He's gonna ride your bench.
Man, I wanted Dobbs. Well, I got Debo too. If I ever decide to play Purdy, I got that pair now.
So yeah, it should tell you how many hours are available or left, Jake. That's what it does. It'll tell you on the draft. Are you on ESPN?
Hold on, I'm looking.
It tells you how many.
I just 8 p.m.
Yeah, it shows at 9. or 8:30. It will be 9 since Doc's on 9 p.m. So yeah, just text me your awards. Just text me like
21 hours and
go ahead and put it now. Who's your rookie of the year? Who's your offensive rookie of the year?
Well, it's either two options. It's either Daniels or Williams.
Come on, Jake.
Taysom Hill off the board. The money bags.
It's Williams.
It has to be. And I want to say, you know, obviously I'm biased to the Bears, but honestly,
and Kendra Miller,
the weapons around him, like he can only fuck it up so much. He's still gonna get enough just because of the talent around him.
He could.
I can't remember.
Yeah, and still, yeah.
I can't remember the last time a quarterback came in this setup, this flush, to start his career.
I don't think it's ever happened, to be honest.
Tua's still sitting there.
I mean, Purdy, yes, had weapons, but like he wasn't like the first pick, so no one expected him to be the starter. C.J. Stroud last year, like no one knew Nico Collins didn't blow up.
And Purdy wasn't drafted to be a starter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, C.J. Stroud did have. I mean, Nico Collins, we didn't know about him yet, and Tank Dell was a rookie.
That's what I'm saying. They're not DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm struggling here.
I mean, Andrew Luck had a good. I mean, tell Sydney. Kendrick Miller doesn't have a job apparently. Marvin Mims, Jake.
I didn't want him. It was about to auto pick. I had to click somebody.
You panicked.
I panicked.
You shot too early.
I did.
I could take him off your hands for free. Tell you what, tell me who'd you get Marvin Mims? I don't even know if I fucking want him.
DeMario Douglas off the board. To Jones.
Tua's sitting down there, guys.
So is Jared Goff.
But Tua finished
I think Tua finished like around like 8 or 9 last year.
Ricky Purcell.
But Tua has but Jake, like look here. Look at the schedule real quick. You ready for it? So here's Tua right on the screen. Oh, that doesn't have his schedule. Look at his playoff push that you would be rough. That's the thing about Tua. Good first half, bad second half.
I mean it's your backup QB anyway.
Wade went Saints defense. Doc's on the clock here. I got my eye on somebody too, because I have a certain situation where he might not be my starting spot until the first few weeks until I see how he does. So,
what about OBJ at 238?
I'll use my. Oh, by the way, boys, this is a waiver year, so you have fake waiver money for.
You set it up correctly this time.
I did. So if once you draft, if the waiver system is not, there goes Tua. If the Doc.
Yeah, good. That's why I was saying it. Once he got mad, I took Purdy. I'm like, bro.
Dude, I'll take him. I'll take him for one game.
So exactly. I got Brock Bowers right in that situation of being unknown, like Doc was mentioning. I mentioned it. I'm gonna go Colt Kmet as my.
I was looking at it. He was who I was back and forth with, him and Tua, because I mean Colt Kmet balled out last year, but with the receiving upgrades, it's gonna be tough to see what happens this year.
Falcons defense over the Chiefs defense. Oh, Chiefs defense already picked. My bad. I'm sorry. As I was.
Yeah, Chiefs one right after you made a comment about the last one.
Mixing it up though, Falcons defense. Can't remember the last time I saw Falcons defense in a draft like that. But we do have 2 top 10 safeties in the league, and Gray Jarrett being back, Eddie Trell. I mean, it's not a bad defense. Just can they do it?
There's only one more thing I need on my team.
Oh, and Judon. I need a backup quarterback.
I need a backup tight end. That's it.
So some quarterbacks available. I'm looking at.
Listen,
is Kendrick Bourne going to play?
Oh no,
not well.
I mean, he was great before he got hurt, wasn't he last year?
Here's his
isn't he?
Or his point last first 3 weeks. Yeah, the 3 weeks before.
Yeah,
the 3 weeks before and the opening week, that was it.
Lions defense off the board. And Josh Palmer.
But I mean, for your last pick of the draft, I mean.
Well, I'm going quarterback because I have a rookie quarterback. So I don't know. Jane Daniels week 1 could play good against the Bucs. It's in Tampa, Jake. You should go watch it.
dude's a bum.
Who?
Elijah Mitchell.
Luke Witt, Keaton Mitchell. I had to get a Raven on. Oh, I get another Raven on that team. I don't think I have any I don't have any Falcons on my team.
Not
any
James.
Bears.
Not
I
James.
don't think. Pull me up. I don't think I have any Bears.
There goes Chris. He went Mitchell. That's your boy, Elijah Mitchell.
I don't like either one of those last two picks.
No Bears. Doc.
I know I've wanted to, but they got picked out.
And then Luke went Isaiah Likely. He said, "Fuck it." Bijan, if any Bijan went.
Because all Luke knows is Ravens, dude. That's all Luke knows.
I think some of these rookie receivers, I think after round or week 1
Ferraro
or 2,
set to auto.
Wasn't Josh Downs amazing to start the year?
He's hurt though, but yeah.
Click him. Was he good last year?
Yeah, he was pretty good last year. Oh,
to start the year. Yeah.
Right here. Polk, I'm saying keep an eye on Polk. And McMillan could get some love too. Luke McCaffrey.
Don't forget McCaffrey back there.
That's what I mentioned. Yeah, Luke McCaffrey. OBJ. Tim Patrick might be a guy that people throw some little money on after that first week or two as well. He's not a rookie.
Wasn't everybody high on Rashad Bateman this year?
It's a prove it year for him. I agree with Luke there. It is a prove it year.
Yeah, they came out and said some shit about
they did, right?
How they can see him being like a top receiver in the league.
Yeah, I thought I heard that.
He just doesn't have the fucking skill for it.
Hey guys, I know that it's my last pick and whatnot. I'm taking a chance on Trevor Lawrence as a backup.
Over Herbert?
Herbert's interesting because he's only got McConkey.
I would.
And
I would
because
but Lawrence has bona fide receivers.
But Lawrence can also scramble.
But Lawrence is also dog shit. So
yes, exactly.
It's also my backup.
I'd probably be between Herbert, Goff, and Stafford.
Me too. I'd be
Stafford. You just need to stay healthy. Stafford started out really slow, but he picked up huge.
Look at Goff, but Goff's like his last 2 weeks of playoffs. If I need him for that, it's like, I mean,
24.8 in week 18.
When Lawrence had
week 18, we don't play week 18.
Dude, if you want to throw your season away with Trevor Lawrence, now's the time.
It's my backup quarterback. Calm down, dude.
What a dummy, dude. When Jaden Daniels gets hurt, dude, you're done.
I mean,
Lawrence was garbage.
About the same, honestly.
The whole year.
Fantasy purposes, though.
There's one. I need another tight end, but honestly,
it's my backup quarterback too. I'm maybe playing Daniels a lot.
How many tight ends you got, Mark?
I have 2. I have Cole Kmet and Brock Bowers, rookie from the Georgia Bulldogs. Go Dogs!
Oh, perfect. Kyle Pitts is bye week's week 12. Hawkinson should definitely be back by then.
That's actually very good.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's it. I wanted to go with the young guy from New England, but fuck it.
Oh, dude, Sydney really okay. Well, while Sydney's picks being auto picked and she left and didn't queue it up, we'll talk about the teams real quick just to wrap it up, just to see how we feel. Just a quick. We don't need anything too crazy. Just a quick. Yay, nay.
I still got a pick.
Oh, I know. But I'm saying, after you, because she's on auto draft and she didn't. It looks like it's queued up. It doesn't say auto, so. Ty Chandler went to Jones. Jake's up.
Justin Herbert still sitting there. What the heck?
But you got Purdy, man. You can literally go. Oh, you have to use waiver money. I think once the draft's over for a couple days. Ricky Pierce. All right, so let's go over these teams, right? So Chris had the first pick, right? His team: Jordan Love, Chris McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Devontae Adams, Tank Dell, Mark Andrews, Jaden Reed, Chiefs D, Jake Moody, Raheem Mostert, DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Williams, Xavier Legette, Adam Thielen, Elijah Mitchell. That's his team.
That's a solid team.
I like his starters, man. I like that team.
For the number 1 pick and not picking for 24 more picks, I mean, it's a solid team.
I'm still a little worried. But Tank Dell, I think he's going to be good, but he was the first Texan off the board. So
I think he should be.
But Jaden Reed scares me because if Christian Watson's healthy, he looks like he's usually the one. So, but I like the stack, though, if it works out. I don't like that he went 2 Panthers receivers, though. That I don't like. But, all right, so Luke's team. Doc, this is the one you love to always judge. Here we go. Anthony Richardson, Bijan Robinson, Rashad White,
Trash.
DK Metcalf, Zay Flowers, Sam Laporta, Scary Terry, Browns D, Bucker, Tony Pollard, Keon Coleman, Jalen Wright, Rashid Shaheed, Keaton Mitchell, Isaiah Likely.
It's pretty telling when your best player is your kicker.
All right, you can give an honest opinion.
No, I can't. No, it's honest.
ESPN has the People's Commish projected to be 12th in the league.
Always, no, never fails. Well, we do have a comment though. Thoughts on this guy's team? He says his team he picked first. Josh Allen, CMC, Kamala. I'm assuming Kamara.
Kamara, yeah.
Debo, Amari Cooper, David Montgomery, Rashid Rice, Chase Brown, Keon Coleman, Algier, Jameson Williams.
How many teams? I need to know how many teams too.
Yeah, I mean,
that's like a 6-man. That's a 6-team league right there. Is what that is.
I'm a little worried about your receivers, to be honest.
Debo, Cooper, Rashid Rice, Keon Coleman.
Montgomery's not a solid pick.
12.
Montgomery's not a solid pick with Jahmyr Gibbs because all the passing out of the backfield is going to Gibbs.
I'm assuming you did go Josh Allen with your second pick, Cole, or third pick. It's got to be one of the two. I felt like you maybe got quarterback too early. You could have maybe got a little more explosive players and then got a quarterback later on. But Jared Goff, by the way, last pick of the fantasy draft on ours. I mean, receivers scare me. Your running backs, I think Kamara is going to be utilized heavy. CMC,
of course, CMC.
It's your receivers that scare me. Yeah, it's just your receivers that scared me a little bit. That's all. All right, so Luke's team, I think it's decent. I think his starting lineup is good.
ESPN has him projected 1.
Well, okay. What was Chris's? Olave Garden.
2.
You tell me. So the first 2 picks, 1 and 2. But that's how. I mean, usually. Okay, so
yeah, it's always like that. Yeah.
No problem, Cole. Thank you for asking, man. Thank you for coming in here. Cole, Anthony Bajan, Patrick Mahomes, Breece Hall, Jalen Warren, Marvin Harrison, Drake London, Trey McBride, Deontay Johnson, Miami D, Greg the Leg, Austin Eckler, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Algier Rogers, and Firemouth. Thank you for subscribing too, Cole. Thank you for that subscribe there. I don't know, man. Finny Bajan's bench, I'm shaky on it. Like, I mean, you better hope no one gets hurt.
I'm torn on his receivers too. Like it could be.
Yeah, Harrison's a good pick. Drake London is.
Yeah.
Kind of wild to me, and then you got Sutton and Jeudy.
Well,
Judy's playing second string now to Cleveland with a shaky quarterback. Sutton is under a rookie quarterback. There's a lot of question marks on it.
I don't think Drake London's a bad spot for his third pick as receiver 2. Now, I don't maybe a better receiver 1. I mean, Harrison will be the 1, but who was available? You could have gotten Devontae Adams. You could have.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I meant by London. I wouldn't have gone London in that early.
In your third pick, yeah. I mean, he's going to be the receiver 1 with Kirk Cousins, who throws you the ball.
Kirk Cousins does good pass attempts,
and he's your receiver 2. It's not like Drake London's your receiver 1.
That's why I took Kyle Pitts. Cousins is going to throw the ball for sure. I agree with that.
What does ESPN have in Finny Bajan?
3.
So it's usually your top. Okay, but both those went Kyler Murray, A-Chain, Najee Harris, CeeDee Lamb, Puka Nacua, Ferguson, Devontae Smith, the Chargers D, Koo, Stephon Diggs, Christian Kirk, Trey Benson, Corum, Palmer, and Dowdle. I like his receivers.
Receivers are probably the best top to bottom receiving core in the league. It's like his first 6 picks he went receiver, and that was it.
I don't like the rest of his team at all, though.
But he can utilize one of these receivers, like you said, in a trade bait later on.
I don't like Kyler Murray.
He's going to need a lot.
Yeah, I don't know about A-Chain. Najee's
He's got too many holes to fill.
Yeah.
Where's he at on ESPN? Remember, the higher you are, the better picks you get.
11
projected.
Yeah, 11.
11.
Oh, damn.
Right above you.
Yeah. All right, LV Rari. He went Caleb Williams, Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs, Tyreek Hill, Nico Collins, Dalton Kincaid, DeAndre Swift, Lions D, Jake Elliott, Christian Watson, Devin Singletary, Curtis Samuel, Dalton Schultz, Gabe Davis, Marshawn Lloyd, rookie out of USC.
I don't mind this one.
I think
like
his team.
He's projected 10th too, and I like his team. Honestly, Caleb Williams, nothing but potential. I mean, he's at the floor as far as I'm concerned. Mixon now in Houston is a bona fide number one. Josh Jacobs, he's going to be, I think, fighting for his position. But Tyreek Hill, Nico Collins, both wins. Dalton Kincaid was a steal when he got him. DeAndre Swift is a great flex running back. And I think that the Bears proved that they're not interested in Khalil Herbert long term because he didn't really get it last year. So I think that DeAndre Swift is going to see a huge.
When did he go? So I'm trying to see his first pick. So his first pick was Tyreek, of course, and he went Joe Mixon as running. Okay, so second pick.
I like it.
Okay. Where they have him 10th? You said, Doc, is what you said.
10th. That's kind of surprising. I think the 10th is simply the rookie quarterback. Maybe buys. I got to look more in depth at the bye weeks, but
I mean,
I'm not seeing anything on here that says 10th place to me, other than a lot of new faces and new places.
Mixing it up, he went Joe Burrow, James Cook, Kenneth Walker the third, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, George Kittle, Calvin Ridley, Falcons defense, Jason Sanders, Lad McConkey, Darnell Mooney, Jordan Addison, Chuba Herbert, who should be the starting running back for a few weeks, Kirk Cousins, and Brandon Cooks. I'm not that bad on it. I think Ridley is a good pick. I think Ridley, but when Hopkins gets back though, how much does Ridley get utilized? I mean, Hopkins I still think is, if you ask me, I think Hopkins is still better than Calvin Ridley, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think McConkey's a good value on your bench. He's going to be utilized, I think, with Herbert. But Waddle needs to stay healthy. That's his problem last year. Stay healthy. And when we saw what he could do when he was, and when Hill was taken out, Jake, you mentioned that this quarter earlier in the year. He's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
James Cook, Doc, I told you, when Joe Brady took over, James Cook was one of the better running backs in football. So, I mean,
I got to look at his numbers from last year.
What's his projection? This was James Cook, Doc, if you want to see.
6.
So in the middle, right where he picked it. That's James Cook last
year.
Yeah,
a lot of people were kind of like right where they picked. I don't know if you can go with that.
I don't.
But yeah,
you'll get a report card in the email too. All right, this is my team. I have Jaden Daniels, Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mike Evans, Brock Bowers, James Conner, Steelers defense, Evan McPherson, T. Higgins, Rashee Rice, Nick Chubb, Adonai Mitchell, Cole Kmet, Trevor Lawrence. Before we do that, K9 said, would you guys trade a first and Kirk Cousins for Anthony Richardson in Dynasty?
No, absolutely not. Anthony Richardson, until he can prove healthy and prove what he even is in this league, he is not worth, in my opinion, anything more than a third with Christian Kirk.
So K9, I'm assuming you're a Steelers fan, a Seahawks fan. I'm sorry. I can't tell who the picture is in the background, to be honest. But I kind of agree with Doc there, leaning towards that. Because Kirk Cousins, you're going to have Kirk Cousins for 2 to 3 seasons probably. I mean, next year's first rounder, are you also like winning right now? Are you dominating the league? Because if so, then your first rounder is not going to mean much.
If you're dominating the league and the last thing that you need is a quarterback. But again, Anthony Richardson, in the games that he did play last year, averaged like 140 yards a game. That is far from proving that he's ready for this league.
It's his rushing ability. That's where people are banking on too. It's his rushing ability.
You know what? They were doing that. They were doing the same with RG3. Where's he at? How did his career go?
Well, RG3 had leg problems. It's a little can't run with your legs.
That's my point. Richardson's got problems of some kind. You know what I mean?
Well, what about just a first? Honestly, if you want to get rid of Kirk Cousins, maybe don't give a first, because the thing, K9, is you're looking at Kirk Cousins as a quarterback who's got 2 to 3 seasons. Kirk Cousins honestly could be worth a first rounder in Dynasty if it's a 1 first rounder, because you got 2 to 3 year value. If you want to offer Kirk Cousins maybe a second round or a third rounder for AR, that's a better value for you because Kirk Cousins in his own right in a good league is worth at least just one first rounder. He's a quarterback, he's a starting quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
If you gave up a second or third with Kirk Cousins and try and swindle that, that's a better value for yourself because you keep your first.
I think that when you're looking at Kirk Cousins dynasty-wise, if you were to give him up today, right, what is it going to take you to replace the caliber of Kirk Cousins, the points that he's going to get you as a gunslinging quarterback that he's known to be? He's going to get yards. He's going to get pass attempts. He's going to throw some interceptions, but he's going to get some touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to get – what do you need to replace the points that he's going to get? I'm going to tell you what you're going to get for Anthony Richardson, what you have to replace for that. You're going to get far more in a first round. Like, I would say you got a better chance of getting a first round straight up for Kirk Cousins than you do giving one up. I wouldn't even put a first rounder on the table. It wouldn't even make it an option for Anthony Richardson. I would say at best second, like if you're doing nothing else with it, I would say he's a second rounder at best.
Second and Kirk is a lot better, but hope that
even with Kirk, I would say like if you need a receiver, or if you're giving up Kirk and if he needs a receiver bad as well, then the receiver is valued higher than the pick. I'd be looking at a third.
So what do you guys think, Bo? Let's get back to this finish. I know we all want to get out here within 2 hours. So this is my team. Just mentioned it. What do you like? Honest opinion. Like my feelings won't get hurt at all.
I think again for you, a lot of new faces and new places.
A lot of rookies.
Who are the new faces and new places?
Derrick Henry, Jones, Brock Bowers, rookie.
Jalen Daniels, rookie.
I have 3 rookies, yeah.
And then Nick Chubb is out. I think that you're underrated, like with the pure skill that's on your team, but I understand why. Because again, Rashee Rice, I think he's still got some proving to do. T. Higgins, I like. I'm not going to knock you for that, but Rashee Rice, I think, still has to prove some things with the way, like Mahomes' number one receiver is still Travis Kelce.
Well, here's Rashee Rice's his numbers going into your playoff fantasy season: 24.7, 14.4, 18.2, 24.1, 11.7, championship round, 17.7. Down the stretch, he looked like a number one receiver in the league. These are his numbers.
That's great, but averaging less than 10 points through the first 6 weeks isn't going to get you to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Struggling Chiefs offense now and a better offense. I mean, that's my.
No, I know, but I think that Nick Chubb missing the first few weeks, Cole Kmet coming into a new offensive environment with the weapons around him. I think there's just some.
Rookie's best friend.
To me, the big question mark is going to be what if Jalen Daniels doesn't have a good year? Like, that's your QB1.
Yeah, because Lawrence ain't going to fill the gap well enough.
I can always go pick up. Herbert's still available, I think.
I can see why, but I think that when the team comes together, when folks, like I said, Henry and Jones start coming together, Brock Bowers shows off what he can do. Daniels, Chubb comes back. I mean, you can definitely make a huge late run.
Chubb, you said what, Jake?
Chubb could be the steal of the draft.
Yeah, I know. All right, well, let's move on. I'm ranked 12th, though, People's Commissioner. So it proves it's not scripted, you know what I'm saying? So Doc's team, Lamar Jackson, Travis Etienne, Tajay Spears, Justin Jefferson, Amari Cooper, Travis Kelce, Chris Godwin, Cowboys defense, Matt Gay, Zach Moss, Xavier Worthy, Gus Edwards, Jacoby Myers, Tua, and Conklin. I understand, Doc, I did rip you for the Cowboys pick. And fantasy league defenses get streamed easily anyway. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you might not really keep them. I'm a little worried about Tajay Spears as running back 2 on your team. Unless Gus Edwards can improve.
The more I look back at that pick, that's I think my only hard regret for this draft.
Your running backs scare me. Your tight end and your receivers, obviously Lamar Jackson's Lamar Jackson.
Great, yeah.
It's your running backs that scare me. Like when I say scare me, it scares me. I don't think they're going to be maybe as good. Etienne's Etienne. Like after Etienne, it's the drop off. Obviously, Etienne's a dog.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking at. Zach Moss did well in the time that he filled in Indianapolis, and I'm hoping that he's going to come out balling in Cincinnati. Gus Edwards, that was a very late pick, so I'm not upset about that because he can definitely put it together. But yeah, running back is really my only concern. Because I think Worthy is going to be the best receiver in Kansas City.
Yeah, I do too.
He's a fast motherfucker, so
I know. And Mahomes, he's going to be, if he's the new Tyreek Hill with that speed and that separation, dude, he's going to be a top receiver in the league.
I mean, preseason he was running half speed and he was blowing past the secondary.
I'm not saying nothing against. I think Rashid still has a little bit to prove, like I said, but I think that the skill coming in, I think that Xavier Worthy stands to gain a lot more in this first year than Rashid does having come back for a second year.
We'll talk about it with Jake because with his team, because he's got Hollywood Brown. I think that Ray Sheen and Xavier are going to benefit more with Patrick than Hollywood, but Hollywood's still solid, but he's also on your bench, so it's not like a crazy thing. But let's move on to Wade's team. He's stacked up. Oh, he's got by week 5 is a tough because he's got 3 Eagles in his starting lineup right here, and he's also got a David Montgomery. So his team is Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, is a stack at running back, quarterback, David Montgomery, Chris Olave, DJ Moore, another Philadelphia Eagle with Dallas Goedert, tight end, George Pickens, Saints defense, Santos for kicker, Brian Robinson, Jameson Williams, Javonte Williams, Jameson Williams, Jerome Ford, Tyler Lockett, Romeo Doubs. He's banking on the Eagles. I'll say that to start off with.
I'm not feeling it. Yeah, for one, too many Eagles. But Montgomery, who knows? I mean, obviously, you know where she's getting from Barkley.
Well, someone's going to score on the 1 yard line with these two. We already mentioned that joke earlier. Someone's
scoring. Yeah, I'm good with that. I don't know about Montgomery. Olave, like, who's throwing the ball? Because Carr's looked horrible.
It's still going to be Carr.
Goddard, I mean, it's fine.
Goddard's a bad
he's
late
a beast.
tight end pickup.
He's beast when he's healthy, but he gets banged up so much, man. Like,
I mean, Pickens in the flex could be nice too.
I don't like it.
Javonte Williams on his bench, Brian Robinson. So he's got 2. Maybe those guys will fill in. Maybe for Montgomery.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly,
and then he's got Ford, who's going to get replaced. Ford's going to get replaced when Chubb comes back.
I wanted Romeo Doubs.
So what's ESPN got him and Doc? Did you see?
They had me 5th. Caught on Kamara, they have 8th.
All right, well, let's go to Jones's team. Dak Prescott, Jonathan Taylor, Stevenson from the Patriots, Garrett Wilson, Brandon Ayuk, David Njoku, Malik Neighbors, Jets defense, Fairburn, Adunze, Chase Brown, Brian Thomas, Gibson, Douglas, and Ty Chandler. He's got a couple rookie receivers on his bench, Brian Thomas and Adunze. I
like it. I mean, Prescott's a good pick.
Oh, shit. He's got 3 rookie receivers. He's got Malik Neighbors, too. He's got 3 rookie receivers.
Yeah, that's my first big concern. Malik Neighbors, I like Njoku. He had a breakout year last year. I think he's only going to get better. Ayuk, Wilson. I mean, the top 6, I think, are solid, except maybe Stevenson.
I don't like his running back. I don't like his running backs. It's Stevenson. I'm not a fan of him.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Chase Brown is the backup to Zach Moss. Gibson is the backup to Stevenson. Ty Chandler is the backup to Aaron Jones, and potentially, it's Ty Chandler's the backup.
That's why Chandler never got a fucking chance in Minnesota. So,
and that's why it's so important this year to get the running backs out of the way, because the teams that we've criticized so far, we've criticized them for their running backs.
Well, remember, Jones auto-drafted his first 2 picks, so his auto-draft was JT, Garrett Wilson. If he was awake and maybe paying attention, he could have maybe gone running back.
Well, he still would have went Taylor there, yeah, for sure. But
we could have got Derrick Henry and stole him from me, and then Derrick Henry's his running back too, and it's a little more confidence with the running backs.
But I mean, he's got Wilson, Ayuk, and Neighbors. I mean, that's pretty nice right there.
But who's throwing him the ball? We just mentioned Olave.
Oh, I mean, I agree, but he's like the only.
That's why I don't like the Neighbors pick. I mean, I don't know if he got him. I mean, if he's in the flex, he obviously got him earlier than I think he should have. But
I don't like his running backs though.
Yeah.
All right, so Jake's team, 4th and Niners. C.J. Stroud, Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyron Williams, Cooper Kupp, Deebo Samuel, Kyle Pitts, Keenan Allen, Ravens defense, Aubrey, Hollywood Brown, J.K. Dobbins, Hawkinson, Purdy, Marvin Mims Jr., and Ricky Pearsall.
That's crazy, dude. They have, in a 12-man league, they have Jake's team to finish 13th.
I mean, I like your starting lineup, Jake. I think if everything they say about Kupp is true, he's healthy. you're good there. You have balance with Gibbs and Kyron Williams. You went running back. That's two solid running back. I don't think Blake Corum's going to take too much touches from Kyron. Jahmyr Gibbs actually said is going to get majority of the touches now over David Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I feel about Kyle Pitts. I said if we give him a quarterback, he'll thrive. Matt Ryan, he had 1,000 yards. Didn't have the touchdowns, but Kyle Pitts, Kirk Cousins loves his tight ends, loves his receivers.
Yeah.
Debo, he's a utility guy, so he'll get the little touches there. Your bench is what scares me. Hollywood Brown, I think, is the third receiver when he gets back, but you never know with Kansas City neither. Truthfully, J.K. Dobbins, a lot of high upside.
Mm-hmm.
If he's healthy, Hawkinson, thing. Yeah. You mentioned Kyle Pitts having a late bye week. Hawkinson could be utilized there. Mims is question. I mean, you panicked. You should have maybe gone Tim Patrick. Pearsall, he's going to be the receiver 3 potentially when he gets back. I don't know. Your bench is a lot of high upside if they stay healthy.
Yeah, I'm betting on them being healthy, and when called upon, I can use them. Obviously, I expect my starters to be my starters for first half of the season. But if Dobbins and Hawkinson could get healthy, I think I like those 2 picks late.
Mims, I just didn't. I thought
no, he'll be dropped anyway.
Doc,
I like it. I mean, Pearsall's a good rookie option on the bench. I think your 1 through 7 are. I mean, definitely your 1 through 6, and quite possibly your 1 through 7 are fucking studs. Allen, my only question mark there is the age. And he's still shadowed by this is a wide receiver 1 that's now a wide receiver 2. And you still have Adunze and Cole Kmet in there as well. So, I mean, expect some to be lost in with a rookie quarterback. Like we've said, rookies love tight ends. So, no questions concerning by any means, but I think Kyle Pitts is still a good tight end option. Ravens defense lost some pieces last year, so we'll see what they do coming back. But, I mean, I think it's a solid team. I don't know how they have you at finishing 15th in this league. I mean, this is
it's gone down now. Okay. All right, money bags. Last team before we head off here: Josh Allen, Isaiah Pacheco, Zamir White, AJ Brown, Michael Pittman Jr., Evan Ingram, Jonathan Brooks, 49ers D, Justin Tucker, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Zeke Elliott, Charbonnet, Taysom Hill, Kendra Miller, Jared Goff.
Taysom Hill was I think that that had to have been a misclick.
Right.
Or you accidentally pushed a button on the keyboard.
Another trend for me is the running backs. It's Pacheco's great, but Zamir White, he had a good second last few weeks of the year. What's he going to be this year? And
what does it show you Pacheco's stats for last year? Still, let me see what Pacheco did last year.
Nothing to write home about. He had a span of 3, 4, 5 decent weeks. That's what I thought. I don't think Pacheco was that great.
He missed a playoff. If you had
12 and 13 was good, and then 17 was good. I mean, really, and even that string of good, I wouldn't say week 5 was good. I wouldn't say even week 3 or 6 was necessarily good.
It wasn't running back 1 numbers. It was more running back 2 numbers.
That's what I'm saying, and that's who your number 1 running back is.
And then here's Zamir White. So your last 4 weeks of the year, solid.
But I mean, that's him just coming into his, so you expect more this year. But AJ Brown's a solid pick. I like Michael Pittman Jr. I mean, we'll see because Minshew's gone and Richardson will eventually get hurt again. But Jonathan Brooks, he's out, isn't he, for a few weeks?
So that's what I'm saying. So she'll probably take Brooks out, maybe put JSN in. But that's what I'm saying.
Zeke ain't been Zeke in years. Charbonnet's a backup.
Kendra Miller, Chris said they didn't have a job. He doesn't have a job, he said.
You know what I'm saying?
I got her week 1.
Do you?
Yeah.
Congrats on the free win.
I think I have Luke week 1. But no, that's the team, boys. Let me stop this. So
that was Moneybags?
That was
Moneybags.
I'm trying to get here.
Moneybags, I believe, is projected to be the lowest in the league. Oh, no, second. Behind Boats and Young Hose.
I thought I was 12th.
Mark's 12th, isn't he?
No, I'm saying projected points for week 1.
Oh.
Which obviously she's gonna have some changes because she's got a couple zeros on the board to start.
Yeah.
Well, boys, that was a great episode. I'm glad we got to do our first right at the 2-hour mark. And Jake, like I said, text me. You're not gonna be in tomorrow night, so good luck to. Is this your 14-man league or no?
No, my Orlando City one.
Oh, so good luck there. What pick are you?
Sunday. I have no idea what I am tomorrow. My big league is Sunday at 3 p.m.
Sunday 3 p.m. I thought. Oh, okay, yeah. So I was supposed to help you with or help you with your friends, but I don't think I am anymore. So good luck tomorrow night.
Clinton Dix.
Yeah,
we're gonna see. I mean, he's got a lot of friends. He knows them and stuff. But he works for XFL and all that sort of stuff.
Wait, what?
He had a buddy that couldn't pick next week potentially, and Jake asked me if I would pick for him, and then I got replaced by Clinton Dix.
Oh, by the legit, huh?
Yeah.
Because he's just got time to do a fucking fantasy draft for somebody.
I guess.
I mean, he's not playing in the NFL anymore, so he's got time.
That's all right. This is going to be like a draft from the league. That episode when when what's his name dropped out and JJ Watt came in and was picking
Gerald McCoy, Gerald McCoy and all that.
He's like, oh, we need kickers. Who was the guy that came on and said we need kickers too, right?
Yeah. So it sounds like Jake tomorrow. Hopefully you can still tune in, at least watch.
Yeah, I'll put it on. I mean, it's not like a live draft or anything. So I mean, I might be able to chime in. We'll see.
No, yeah. I said if you're not gonna be in, just text me your awards. Alan's texting me his awards. Chris as well. So hopefully tomorrow, myself, Doc, and Luke will carry the show and give our predictions. Jake, before you sign out, man, or before you go to bed tonight, just send me that. Just hit that accept on Venmo.
I got you.
Jake, before you go to bed, man, read your fucking text.
I'm going to go look at your roster.
Well, before you look at his roster, send me the money. That's more important because that's the way to play. And it's our Sunday ticket. It is our. Hopefully, and Doc was looking at YouTube TV and Sunday tickets. Hopefully, you made that decision. But
I will. That the offer that I found is good for until like October 15th, but the military discount is $200.
Well, boys, we are.
Unless Doc wants to take over my spot. I mean,
he's already. Really I thought you wanted it.
I mean, I do, but I mean, Jeff.
Doc was going with his buddy and.
Oh, okay.
His roommate.
If he didn't have anything, I would have let him get in.
I'm up for whatever. Because my buddy said that he's going to do the NFL Sunday ticket, but not the other shit.
Well, do I get your Prime still? Do I still keep your Prime, Jake?
Yeah, of course. I don't.
Okay. I gotta watch Thursday somehow. I mean, tired. I'm just tired. I'm tired of that streaming crap. It's just I want consistency.
Dude, this shit's getting out of hand. Getting out of fucking hand.
It's up to you two. I mean, I don't care who I share with. I would have to add.
Well, because you have the YouTube TV, right?
Jake uses my TV at time to time, but
well, you can do up to 3 on the TV, right?
Yeah.
I also have my brother
so
the YouTube TV. He watches on my account.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Football's the main thing. I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it this week because we're gonna do a college episode Wednesday. That's church night for Jake, I think, so he might not be in. But
Wednesday, yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
You two need to talk and figure out what. We got one more comment here before we sign off. I could trade Garrett Wilson and Jonathan Taylor for Tyreek Hill and Kyren Williams. Is this redraft or is this dynasty distinct? That's the question. I mean, is it dynasty or is it? I'm assuming it's redraft.
I think I would do it.
I would take that move.
Yeah, I would take that move too.
Because Kyren, I believe, has more upside than JT, and Hill has.
And who do you have as a backup? Who do you have for a backup behind Rodgers? Because he's done very soon. You got Jordan Travis coming off of a gruesome injury.
That's true. Yeah, I would take it.
And it's a rookie regardless, but you got a quarterback that just needs to keep his fucking dome off the turf in Miami. That's going to make moves to Hill and Kyren.
I think
he's coming off an injury year.
Take it. Take it distinct. Yeah, I would take it.
I would take it.
But no, we'll figure out the YouTube TV situation.
I mean, I'm down staying on it. I didn't want Doc to get screwed and have nothing.
Man, Kendrick Pham joined in here. Rate 1 to 10 sleeper PPR. start 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end flex. So he's got CJ, Breece Hall, James Conner, Najee, Chuba Herbert, Nico Collins, DJ. Assuming who's
Deontay Johnson or DJ Moore?
DJ Moore. Jaden Daniels, Keon Coleman, Demario Douglas, JSN Fremuth.
JT Wilson and Ridley for Kyron, Walker, Adams, and Cup.
DJ Moore, Doc, yeah. So JT, so he could do JT Wilson and Ridley.
Hold on, we got to dissect this one at a time. Let's go back to hang with us this thing. Hang with us this thing, because we're getting into the woods here, into the weeds, and we're gonna help you out. But Kendrick, let's go back to you real quick because you were the next
rating his team
1 to 10. So we're talking CJ Stroud, Breece Hall, James Conner, Najee Harris, Chuba Hubbard, Nico, DJ Moore, Jaden Daniels, Keon Coleman.
I'm a little nervous about your receivers because you have the situation where we're afraid of having Bears and Texans receivers, and you have them as your top 2 receivers because you have Nico Collins and DJ Moore. So you have 3-headed monsters on both Houston and Chicago as your receivers 1 and 2. So it's a little scary because it's not like one of those is your receiver 2 on your team. They're solid receivers, don't get me wrong. It's just they're your top 2 options. So and
Najee scares me.
Yeah, Jake's not a Najee fan.
I'm not a Najee this year.
I would say it's probably. I'm still leaning closer to maybe a 7 to be honest. I think James Conner is a
solid team.
I'm gonna say 7. Just start the season. I think Keon Coleman's got a lot of upside.
Move one guy to improve one running back for whatever receiver.
So you're saying giving up a wide receiver? Also, is this a redraft or is this a dynasty?
I think he wants to improve his running back by trading one of his receivers.
I'd give up Najee. If someone can bite the bullet on Najee Harris, you keep James Conner and Breece Hall. I mean, honestly, you give up Chuba Herbert because Jonathan Brooks is going to come in. But if you can get rid of either Chuba Herbert or Najee.
I think he's talking about giving up a receiver because he said improve one running back.
Yeah, to get a running back.
So if that's the case.
Receiver. Yeah, okay.
Who do I trade RB4 wide receiver? So at wide receiver, you have Nico, DJ. Redraft.
I would trade Najee.
Najee.
No.
He said.
Oh, trading a running back for Najee. Yeah, Najee. Najee, and I would look at Chuba.
Maybe try to get like Cal. You can maybe get like a Cal, really DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins will
honestly,
come back.
if you pair the both of them and get a little bit lower of a tier running back to back up Breece and Conner, and then get you a stud wide receiver.
All right, so back to distinct.
Or even Najee and one of your receivers to improve because like you're pretty stacked. I mean, you got a lot of receivers. Put Najee in one of those bottom receivers. Pair those 2 for a trade.
Yeah, you could look at giving up like 3 receivers in a package deal with a draft pick for like maybe a Patrick Mahomes or something,
So and now to distinct. All right. So he said he could also do JT, Garrett Wilson, and Ridley for Kyron, Walker, Adams, and Cup. God, that's a big trade.
Oh, geez, yeah. It is.
He's redraft as well.
I would stick with the first.
Yeah,
the first is better for you. Yeah. The first one's better because you're going to get either arguably the top 2 receiver in fantasy, and in my opinion, a top 7 or 8 running back in fantasy with Kyron. And then, but your second option, you get.
that was not terrible.
I mean, honestly, you're only giving up an addition of Ridley for. You're still Walker, getting Kyron.
Well, you give up JT. So you give up JT for Walker and Kyron Williams. So you get you get 2 running backs for the price of 1.
I would say you got to take out Adams or Cup and put Hill back in, because Walker's going to split touches with Charbonnet. Adams is going to be tough with the quarterback situation. He's still going to get his, but not as well. And Cup's had some injuries. Cup is still coming back. We don't know really where he's at. He's also got Puka that he's fighting for, And honestly, you look at what Stafford did last year. Stafford started out very, very slow last year. Very slow. He got hot at the end. Don't get me wrong. He did pick up. But he had like 4 touchdowns like the first 10 games.
Try the first trade distinct, and the second one doesn't. If that one doesn't work, second one's not terrible.
Second one's not terrible, but I think you got to get Hill back in there. And I would say honestly, instead of Adams, I would say you got a better likelihood of Cup. I mean, what were the numbers for Adams?
Yeah, but they're not. That guy's not going to get a ball that with the 4. I mean, it sounds like it's the 2.
Well, then
I
you got to
go
get
with
better.
I go with the first one. You're gaining Tyreek Hill and Kyron Williams. Absolutely, I go with that.
Yeah.
Now,
I do that.
Kendrick Pham back in here. I said a guy was offering DJ. He gives up DJ Moore and Pat Freiermuth for Laporta and Addison. Now, I like Laporta over Freiermuth any day of the week, but the problem is I trust DJ Moore with 3 monsters, the 3 monsters and Cole Kmet still over. I trust Jordan Addison with Sam Darnold throwing the ball because Justin Jefferson is going to get the targets.
Yeah, now Jefferson's back permanently, and Addison with the JJ McCarthy's out. Listen, I have Jordan Addison in Dynasty, and I have a lot of question marks with him this year. I just took Jefferson in redraft earlier in the episode today, and there's a lot of question marks there because of the quarterback situation. Jefferson's still going to get his targets, which is why I'm not too torn up about it, but Addison is a huge question mark in Minnesota right now.
And you two, distinct shout out to you too. Pay attention to this year. We're going to have episodes 2 times a week, potentially 3 times a week. So pay attention, man.
Me on the other hand, I like it. I mean, I think Addison's going to have a Jacoby Myers type season.
Well, he did last year. He had a good year last year, but he had what's his name? But what did he do
when JJ came back though? That's the question. What did JJ do? What did Addison do when JJ came back from his injury? Because that was with Kirk. Well, Kirk Cousins was out, so that was with Jaren Hall and
when did JJ come back?
Dobbs. JJ.
I'll tell you.
JJ. Well, just start look at the dip. Just look at the whole year. I mean, JJ missed like eight weeks, but it was before Kirk got hurt too. So. I mean, I don't know, Jake. I don't know if I like it too much because
the end of the year was very, very not good to him. Like past week 8 was not good except for 15 and 18.
For Addison?
18,
yeah.
That's that. And that's with JJ missing a few weeks in the beginning of that stretch.
Well, no, the points being good in the beginning. I think the drop off was more the quarterback problem, which has only gotten worse since last year.
So
is Kenny Kendrick still?
Would you do 1-for-1 Laporta for DJ? No.
Hold on. I need to know who else the receivers are. Like if you're giving up DJ, what other
scroll up. His other receivers.
His receivers are here. He's got Demario Douglas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Keon Coleman.
That's tough because Demario's not number 1. Jackson's a number 3. Keon Coleman right now, I think he's a number 2 potential. Like your entire receiving core is riding on DJ and getting Collins. I mean, and honestly, Freiermuth may not be a bad idea to ride for a little bit because we saw he wasn't really utilized last year, and I think he had an injury last year too. But you're talking a new Justin Fields when he inevitably gets a start, when he gets the QB1, loved Cole Kmet last year. Cole Kmet was like his number 2 target behind DJ Moore. Russell Wilson, I don't know how he's going to play with the tight ends, but Freiermuth could have that good year. I don't know that you need a tight end that bad, but I would never. I don't think there's a single tight end I would go DJ Moore for. I
think an option for you, Kenny. Hear me out. Give up DJ Moore and Chuba Herbert. Kind of what Jake was saying earlier. Give up a receiver, DJ Moore, and your running back in Chuba, and try and go get another receiver like a Calvin Ridley, a Brian Thomas or Christian Kirk, someone that you can take a chance on. That's the situation there. Jack Crawford coming in here too. Dang, we're getting some fans.
But you know that DJ Moore is a guarantee though. Like
I love it.
Christian Kirk is a question mark with Trevor Lawrence. Brian Thomas, I don't think is solidified. That is going to get you the numbers.
I'm just saying guys like that though. Like, just find a receiver that's not so heavy in the receiver department.
I know, but I'm looking at his receivers, and I don't think I'm giving up DJ. I mean, that is your entire receiving core is DJ.
Nico Collins too.
Oh, and Nico. Well, Nico had some injuries, and they further bolstered a wide receiver core they didn't need to bolster. So Nico's great, DJ's great. Keon Coleman, I love Keon Coleman. I think he's going to do great things, but I mean, you got to know that before giving up. I don't know if I'm giving up DJ Moore. Let me see what Nico and DJ did last year. Let me look.
All right, well, let's go to Jack Crawford real quick. Kenny, will it's a tough situation you're in, honestly, and it's just because DJ's hard to give up, but it's both Nico and DJ are on a lot of mouths to feed.
He had a career year last year.
Who?
DJ.
But the problem is you're adding Keenan Allen and you're adding Rome Odunze. So you have to. You
can't factor Rome that much. He's what JSN is to. This is the same thing that's unfolding in Seattle when they had DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett at their prime, and JSN getting drafted. This is the same thing that Seattle did, and JSN is just now starting to come into his role.
But to be honest, though, the situation is a little different because you have Geno Smith throwing the ball, and I think a better quarterback. I don't give a shit what people think about Caleb Williams. Caleb's way better than Geno Smith. I take Caleb any day over that situation. So you have a better thrower of the ball, so getting your third receiver open.
So he only missed two. Nico only missed 2 games last year and did 260.
So no, don't worry about the weight. Don't worry about the weight, Keenan or Kenny. Keenan Allen did put a little weight. That's fine, but he only added like 13 pounds. He doesn't look that bad. I mean, Keenan was already a little heavier guy. It's not. I'm not concerned with Keenan Allen's weight.
He's also a catching traffic. He's gonna go up and get the ball kind of receiver, and that's why he needs that weight. He's not a speed guy like DJ Moore is to beat you downfield. Keenan Allen is a route runner. He's not a speed guy. He's a guy that's gonna break the ankles, and the weight will still do that.
We're at to answer you, Jack. Don't worry. We're at to get to your question too. We're just trying to answer Kenny up. Jack Crawford, real quick. He wants us to rate his team. 12-team PPR, his starting lineup. Kyler Williams, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, Garrett Wilson, Nico Collins. I said Garrett Wilson. Yeah, Garrett Wilson, Nico Collins, Trey McBride, Chris Godwin. Love the stack. I love the Kyle Murray, Trey McBride stack. That's a good
phenomenal. I mean, for a start, how many is a 12-team? That's a phenomenal lineup. Kyler Murray is your only real question mark. JT, as long as he stays healthy, is going to get you good. Josh Jacobs. Okay, I'll put a question mark with Josh Jacobs as well. But Garrett Wilson, I mean, as long as Rodgers stays healthy, Nico Collins is going to do great things. Trey McBride.
If JT's healthy, it's solid, but he just has to stay healthy once again. Godwin's not bad.
Godwin's great. I think Godwin's a great flex pick. I mean, you're talking that's your 5th pick,
Especially in PPR. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a solid team there. Man,
Trey, you just got to worry about is.
Where was this in the first during our draft? It's like we're trying to get off at 2-hour mark. And Kenny, what's more attractive package? Chuba Herbert, Jane Daniels, or Chuba Keon? I mean, you already have a quarterback. Let me go back up here. Yeah, you have CJ. If you have CJ Stroud, package Jane Daniels and Chuba Herbert.
Yeah, but that's the only other quarterback he's got. I mean, what else has he got available to pick up for a backup?
Then you stream. How often are you going to put CJ Stroud on your bench? Let's be realistic here.
It depends if your entire receiving core goes down or if CJ Stroud gets hurt.
Yeah, but you can't do that. Too much what ifs there.
Well, Kenny. Oh, Jaden Reed.
Jaden Reed. Okay, that changes the whole program now.
I was going to say I didn't think it was Jaden. I didn't think it was Jaden Daniels because he listed it in the middle. He listed it in the middle.
All right, so Chris is high on Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed is a solid option. The problem though with the Packers receivers are, when Watson's healthy, he is the one, and he gets 1 reps and targets. That Jaden Reed had a lot of 4 last year, though, with Jordan Love. Now, that changes the whole program when it comes to trading. If you have Jaden Reed, now you can go get rid of DJ Moore and Chuba Herbert and then go get another receiver.
If you're talking specifically between Jaden and Keon, let me look up Jaden here real quick.
But see, that changes but it's Jaden Reed now. That changes that changes my DJ Moore feeling now too. That's that now that whole DJ Moore and Pat Freiermuth for Laporte and Addison, that might actually not be that bad now. That might not be a bad option because
what was it again?
Reed. So earlier he mentioned DJ Moore and Pat Freiermuth he gets rid of, and he gets Sam Laporte and Jordan Addison. But now he's got Jaden Reed. I didn't know that, and Keon Coleman. I didn't realize it was Jaden Reed he was talking about. I thought it was Jane Daniels.
Yeah, see, I was in on that trade. I think I'll take that trade.
I'm leaning back towards Jake with that now, Doc, because it's it's very. I mean,
throw that
Jaden
back up one more time. My top three are Nico, DJ, and Jaden Reed. Kenny, throw that original that we're talking about back up one more time. Let's break that. So now we got some clarification.
No, we'll talk to you later, Jake. Remember, send me the money.
Right,
send me your picks.
All right,
your awards tomorrow.
Let's break it down again since we're talking. Now that we got some clarification, let's break it down again.
It's on the screen. His picks. So that's his comment. That's his top three.
No. The original deal. The original deal that he was talking about.
The original deal was this. Here you go. It's right here. So the original deal was this on the screen. A guy was offering me DJ Moore. So he gets rid of DJ Moore, Pat Freiermuth for Sam Laporta and Jordan Addison. Mind you, now he's got Jaden Reed as his number 2.
I'm a lot better with that, knowing that he's got Jaden Daniels, because I think Keon Coleman's going to step up and be a top receiver in Buffalo. I think and this is the guy that that watched him very closely, being a Florida State guy. He is a physical, go up and get the ball type of receiver. Keon Coleman.
Oh, okay.
I think he can very easily make that the Keon Coleman show in Buffalo with a great. I mean, you're going to have a lot of interceptions from Josh Allen, but he's going to get his passes. I think Keon Coleman's going to fare very well, and I think having that along with Jaden Reed and Nico Collins, I think you can afford to give up DJ now. Now, I would say you're giving up Freiermuth, who is your number.
That's your tight end, and you get Laporta.
And you get Laporta instead. I think that's an
upgrade.
I think that's a move we can definitely get on board with now. And Jordan Addison, I know I said he was a question mark, but the potential is there. I mean, when the injuries happened last year, when Jefferson was out, when Cousins went out, I mean, Jordan Addison got his. You know what I mean? He's definitely shown he's a deep threat guy. He can get speed down the field. He a lot of big plays from last year. He's definitely shown that he can do it. I think the quarterback is just what concerns me. And honestly, even with J.D. McCarthy, I think I'm still concerned by it. But now that I know we got a little more clarification on the receivers, I think you can afford to give up DJ a little bit better.
And rating your team 1 to 10, it's sleeper PPR. Your current situation, I mean, I still lean maybe towards like a 6 or a 7. I still think DJ and Nico are nice. And Breece Hall is nice. Obviously, James Conner. But you can upgrade, like you said. So that's why it's only a 6. Now, you make that move for Laporta. Laporta's a tight end, top 2 or 3 this year. In my eyes, you have Jordan Addison, who could be a flex. Keon Coleman can be a flex. Jaden Reed. A lot of people are high on Jaden Reed. And you still have Nico Collins.
So, Freiermuth, is that only tight end that you have?
But, no, I mean.
But if that's the case, I mean, I think I got him about a 6.5 as well. Demario Douglas, I was high on him last year. I picked him up off the waiver wire. I was hoping for a lot of good things. Didn't see it. JSN, I mean, Tyler Lockett's starting to slide out of his role. Taysom Hill. Yeah, that don't even count. I appreciate you not even listening to that. I really do. No, that's not sarcasm. I appreciate you saving that time because that's not even worth mentioning. I see why you didn't. JSN, I think, is starting to move up in that role in Seattle as Lockett starts to dwindle down.
Options for backups, he said.
If you got options for backups, if there's something, if you're talking waiver wire, see what's available and what you can do, because you got to look at what Freiermuth is going to do. And again, we're going to a quarterback, and I don't know when it's going to happen, but I have no doubt that Justin Fields will eventually get the starting role, and he loves his tight ends, evidenced by Cole Kmet breaking out last year. So if you're talking Freiermuth getting you 12 points a game and Laporta's going to get you 15, I mean, if you can find 3 points somewhere else, or a backup that's going to do better, get you closer without giving up DJ Moore, great. But you got to look at, DJ Moore, Nico, Jaden Daniels, Keon Coleman. Those are essentially your starters, and you're not starting all 4 of them.
So you got to remember too. Remember, these backup tight ends, if they're actually solid pickups, you could also put a tight end in the flex.
Yeah.
I don't. Hey, Nino, I don't understand.
Mark ran a lot of tight ends last year.
In Dynasty, I did not redraft. I don't understand the laughing face, Nino. I mean, yeah, I'm a Falcons fan. Where do I see Bijan? Well, in our draft this year, if you go back and watch it, when we
I don't
end
believe
the stream,
it. I still don't believe it.
Bijan went number 2. Now, this is what I feel about Bijan. I'm gonna tell you first what the coach has said. So the coach has said that they're going to utilize Bijan Robinson. Zach Robinson is offense coordinator, comes from Sean McVay's tree. They love using the running backs, utilizing that, opening the play action for the quarterback and whatnot. Now, there are reports that Tyler Algier could take away some red zone targets or red zone touches. Now, I still think that Bijan's going to get red zone third down looks because of the pass catching ability. But Bijan, like Chris, or like we've said, me and Jake have said, there's a big drop off after CMC, Bijan, and Breece Hall. I think Bijan in a lot of drafts is going to go top 5 because of that drop off. So if you're in the top 5, it's worth doing it because you can get receivers later on. That's not to be biased or anything. That goes for Breece Hall as well. I think you do need to go Breece Hall, Bijan in the top 5 and sacrifice either CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, even potentially Tyreek Hill because you can get the higher ceiling for better depth at receivers later on in the second and third round. That's not being biased, neither, Doc. I truthfully think you got, and that's not just Bijan. It's also Breece Hall as well.
I wasn't even, I was looking up.
So he said right now he just finished up his draft and he somehow got Bijan. Okay, you got Bijan the 9th pick in your first round.
I'm not surprised.
That's a steal.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not. No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying it's a steal, but I'm not saying he would be way below that.
He's projected to be the third or fourth pick in fantasy, and you got him at pick 9 when they've already come out and said his touches are going way up. He's a pass catcher, one of
They said his touches are going up. They said Tanks Bigsby's going up. They've said that
Bigsby is a backup is just going to get more touches. Bijan's already the starter, and he's taught. And they're saying we're giving him.
I know. I'm just saying. Rumors are rumors, and that's great.
So Tyler Conklin and Luke Musgrave. I mean, you can pick them up, but don't put them in your flex, Kenny.
I like Tyler Conklin, especially with Rodgers coming back. Musgrave, it's tough because he's got Tucker Kraft with him, and with what the receivers did. I mean, I still can't figure out how it happened, but that story of the Green Bay receiving core last year was something I've never seen before. So obviously tight ends didn't get a whole lot of looks last year. Even Musgrave had 75, and I think Tucker Kraft also had 75 points last year. So I wouldn't say those are viable backups, but again, I mean, let's see what Pat did last year, you know?
And Nino, real quick, while Doc's looking that up, like I said, the top 3 picks in our draft tonight was Chris McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall. I do think that a lot of drafts are going to have running backs because of that drop-off. That's the problem. Is you're going to get more bang for your buck, essentially. Do you want Kyron Williams, Derrick Henry as your running back 1, or do you want Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall as running back 1, and then you flip the script of running receiver? So that's just the issue. That the problem is running backs is a big drop off. But no, and everyone, you guys that are listening too, like I said, Tuesdays and Thursdays, like right now we're starting to do big episodes. We're doing college football Wednesday. We're doing an NFL award show tomorrow. When NFL season comes around, Tuesdays and Thursdays we're going live, and potentially Friday night we go live for a college episode just to hype up the week if we have time. So we're going to have 2-3 episodes coming up, and myself, Doc, Jake, who was on earlier, Luke, and Chris, they're going to be in there as well. So. Fantasy, we'll talk fantasy during the Tuesday episode too. If you guys have fantasy questions during us talking about the previous week in NFL.
Let me get one more for Kenny here.
Yeah.
Talk
the Conklin or Musgrave is what you're asking or you're answering?
No, I'm looking at DJ and I just want to see DJ and Addison.
Yeah,
DJ is wildly under projected this year, but I think it's because of Caleb Williams.
It's just crazy though that people already drafts are just occurred and they're already trades already. I mean, I get it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
Addison and DJ, according to projections this year, and again, I think that it's wildly off because of the Caleb Williams being a rookie quarterback, and there was a lot of questions in preseason and camp. But Addison and DJ are pretty close. Laporta, you're looking at double the projection output that you're getting from Freiermuth. Problem with and this is where it's tough, because the problem with Freiermuth is he hasn't really been utilized to his full potential in Pittsburgh, but they've got a completely new offensive atmosphere going on over there. New quarterbacks, everything. It's tough. It's tough. And they also lost DJ last year. Deontay Johnson's gone. Who else? They lost somebody else, didn't they?
Who was that?
For the Steelers?
Lost Deontay Johnson. I mean,
they lost somebody else. No
one really more worth mentioning. Favorite pick in the second, or we're gonna answer Nino real quick, Cam. We mentioned Texans receivers. It's just they're so heavy. They have Nico, Diggs, and Tank Dell. I don't mind them being my receiver 2 on a team, but not my receiver 1. I'm not really scared about Diggs. I think Diggs is still going to get touches. He's still a very good receiver. It's not like they're going to ignore him. Cam, favorite pick in the second round. I mean, it just depends on where you're at in the draft. It depends on if you're earlier in you have an early first pick or a later first pick. I mean, like I said, I would want running back in the first round, but if you can get some second round guys, I don't mind Derrick Henry, your second running back. If you go running back early, Mike Evans is still there. I think Puka Nacua is still going to be good. I don't know why people were like Puka Nacua fell in our draft. I think third round for him. I think Kyron Williams is a good option in the second round. Travis Etienne, which Doc got Travis Etienne in the second round. I think those are solid picks too. Yeah, solid picks there. Should I see what I can get at wide receiver by sending Chuba Herbert? Yeah, I mean, why not? If someone's going to buy it on Chuba Herbert and one of your bench receivers, why not?
I would shop Hubbard ASAP before people start realizing that Jonathan Brooks is coming back and is going to take over that role. Because I don't think that there's anything he can do to maintain that job.
Well, we appreciate you guys joining.
But as far as it goes, for your original deal that you're talking about with DJ Moore and Freiermuth for Laporta and Addison, honestly, I can go either way on it. I can say don't do it because DJ's going to ball out, but I could say do it because Laporta is going to give you much better output and you've got the receivers to replace and fill the holes of DJ Moore. Is it a bad thing that I have both 49er receivers?
I'm not big on keeping 2 receivers from the same team, Doc.
Yeah, I'll do it. Quarterback and receiver, quarterback and running back and receiver, but having 2, one of them's gonna have. They're gonna alternate. Who's gonna have a good week, or if one has a 29-point week, the other one's not. It's very rare that happens. So you can count on one of them, and then that's where you start getting tough on yourself and like, which one am I going to start? And that's where really you're looking way too deep into things sometimes.
If you can try and package it, you give up one of them, maybe one of them in a backup and go get another receiver.
Who do you got? Pearsall or you got Debo and Ayuk?
I'm assuming Debo and Ayuk.
And if you got that, I mean, shit, you find where your hole is on your team and fill that and get a bench player.
If somehow breaking news comes across the screen, Doc, and Brandon gets traded, then it's great.
Yeah, I'd hold him. I would hold off until like week 1 starts, because we've seen it before. We saw with Khalil Mack. We've seen it before where big name guys, especially on contracts, get moved. A sign and trade. Days before the season starts, and if that's the case, you just won the lottery. You know what I'm saying?
Pukas is number 1. He said Pukas is number 1.
Yeah, I mean, if they move one of them right before the season starts, you're a lucky man. But if not, then you got one you can move.
Yeah,
I would definitely be looking. Sorry, Mark. I would definitely be looking 1 or 2 days before, because as soon as that season kicks off, one of them balls out and the other one doesn't. Values down.
If Ayuk gets traded to Pittsburgh or DC, and with the Commanders, it's not a bad option. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you could do it, and you can also trade one later who needs, like, if they have a receiver that goes down, you might need a running back or a tight end or a quarterback. You have a trade piece, but hold off. I mean, football season's not till 11 more days. That's just Chiefs and Ravens. So really, you have 2 weeks to the season start.
Yeah. But solid point, Pena, about panicking too much and thinking, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that, and then undervaluing. I mean, that's where even in real sports we see that, right? Like Keenan Allen went for a 4th-round pick, So we've definitely, because they were so desperate to get rid of cap space, so we've definitely seen it. Your players are worth what you feel that they're worth. And if you think they're worth the 1st-round pick and you're not willing to give them up for less than that or whatever players, don't let nobody tell you otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, and there's all those rumors
about Christian Kirk, and he's only worth a 3rd.
Well, speaking of the Niners, Jake is a Niners fan. He did say that Ayuk was at the last preseason game, and that maybe starts to show signs that he might be a Niner. But like I said, if he gets traded to the Commanders or the Steelers, then having Debo and Ayuk, it works out. I mean, you never know, honestly, what's going to happen. Like I said, you're probably not going to hear – you might hear – that's starting to ramp up probably this week is when you're going to start hearing that stuff. You guys mind doing a team rating really quick?
Got to be quick.
I mean,
be quick.
I'll stay on for a few minutes. If Doc has to get off, I have no priorities right now. So, throw us in
we're
there.
Coming up on 3 hours. It's got to be quick.
Yeah, like I said, if Doc has to get off,
we're coming up on 3 hours here.
If Doc has to get off, I don't mind staying on for a few minutes just myself if I have to. We are doing an episode tomorrow. Doc, he's got work tomorrow. I mean, I do got work tomorrow too, but he's got kids in the household right now. I don't have any. So, throw a team out there, Nino. We got you. But Doc, man, any ideas what you can do with your award show tomorrow? I mean, it's a pretty big prediction. I don't think anyone really got anything right last year. I think
the offensive player of the year is a no-brainer. Defensive player of the year. I mean, there's only a couple of guys really that I think are
offensive rookie. Offensive.
I'm sorry, offensive rookie. Offensive rookie.
So,
defensive rookie.
Offensive rookie. Offensive players. Like say, damn, that's a given. That's like
that's a bold move. But defensive rookie, there's only a couple of guys that I'm thinking. Offensive player, I mean, if he's not MVP, that one's going to be easy that he's going to be offensive player. 10-man full PPR, Purdy, Jaden Daniels. Okay, I like that. Bijan, Taylor, Stevenson, Ford, Diggs, Cup, Smith, Godwin.
That's a solid team to me.
That's a solid. The only thing is Stephon Diggs is a wide receiver 3 right now. Not loving my QBs for a 10-man, but could only one. Honestly, I don't be upset with those QBs, man. Purdy still got 350, 370 last year. He had the one bad game against Baltimore that basically threw his entire season down the drain. Jaden Daniels, I mean, for a rookie, you're taking a chance, but I think he's going to do just fine as long as he stays healthy.
And honestly, I don't care what anyone says. I think Stephon Diggs is going to be no worse than the receiver 2 in Houston, but receiver 2 could have high upside too. But Cooper Kupp, they're saying he's healthy this year. They're saying he looks as good as he's ever looked. And Puka Nacua is battling a small injury. Devontae Smith is still a solid option, even with A.J. Brown there. Godwin, I'm biased. I will always love Chris Godwin. I don't know what it is about him.
I took him this year. I got him.
Good. Mark Andrews obviously has potential when healthy to be a top 2 or 3 tight end in the league. That's Lamar Jackson's best target. That's his favorite target. That is literally his favorite. That's literally his name on my dynasty league. Nino is Baltimore's number 1 wide receiver, something like that. Ravens' number 1 receiver. He said, "Yeah, it's definitely true." See your point, Purdy's hit or miss. But Jaden Daniels is just
I wouldn't even say he's hit or miss. I wouldn't even say he had the one bad game against Baltimore that they were talking. All the MVP talks were in that he blew it, and that was it. I mean, Purdy's numbers were still there. He was still a top 5 fantasy QB last year. But I think it's a solid team. I don't think that there is anything.
Yeah, even Cam said it. Even Cam has said it's a tough team. He's not going to lie, tough team.
And Cam's got a 10-man start 7. Are we talking 1 QB, 2 receiver, 2, 4?
So he's got Purdy, Brees, Mixon. So Purdy, Brees Hall, Joe Mixon, that's all right there. Puka Nacua, Brandon Ayuk, Debo, David Njoku. Well, okay. Well, you didn't mention you have Ridley and Terry McLaurin. So having Debo is not that bad of an option right now. It honestly isn't, Doc.
I would definitely I would definitely. I mean, with Ridley, I would definitely be looking to move one, and I would go for Brees Mixon. I would be looking at a running back.
Yeah, like you could trade Debo. I think either Debo or Ayuk, whichever one your heart desires. I would say Debo. That's just my opinion. You can get rid of Debo, and you could even try and throw in like a running back so that you entice another running back. So maybe like a Mostert, and go get another stud running back.
And I might look at packaging a tight end in there as well, because listen, I don't think anybody around is a bigger Njoku fan than me. I've liked the guy for a long time, and I didn't think he got his chance in Cleveland until last year, but that was with Joe Flacco throwing the rock. You know what I mean? Like, it's with Watson back, are we going back to the Njoku of old? Jameis Winston behind him. You might need another tight end in there. Is this shared channel, or do you have a separate channel as well, Doc? Got to make sure to set it. I think it's just shared, right? Yeah, I don't have my own.
Yeah, well, with this this channel it's 5 of us. Doc's on here.
I appreciate that though, Nico.
Yeah, Doc's a character. He's one of the good ones we have on here. Obviously, I think we're all good. We all have what we're good at. But we have myself, Doc, Jake, who was on here earlier, Luke, and Chris. Chris will be back to start the football season. He's moving, so he's in and out right now. Luke, he just couldn't be on today. Some stuff came up. He was still able to draft, but couldn't come in. So it's a 5-man show. Alan also is on the show, but he's deployed in an undisclosed location. Can't say it, but so we have a 6-man show, and Doc is usually here. We do college football as well.
Baseball once in a while.
We probably won't do baseball the rest of the year. Let's be honest. With football season starting, we're not going to touch baseball. We did 2 times. And
yeah, we got to fix that.
We tried basketball. We've done basketball live episodes. We've done basketball episodes. We did a fantasy watch along. I mean, a draft watch along. That was a fun one, Doc, where we had all of us in there for the draft.
Oh yeah, for the draft this year. Yeah, we did. That was a long ass episode.
Yeah, Nino, we were live for 4 hours and about 4 hours and 4 hours 45 minutes, something like that.
Yeah,
the whole NFL draft, the first round. So yeah, you can share this on it's our YouTube. We have on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Well, I prefer people listen on YouTube because I like watching the show, but we do clips on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube as well. Share it on your social media. Share it with your friends, man. And thank you for tuning in. Yeah, Cam, your tight end option. Yeah, 4 hours was insane. It really was. And we're going to do it again next year. That's the funny thing. We're going to do it again next year. So 4 hours, it was a long haul.
Tradition
helped. Yeah, drinking helped.
Yeah. I gotta refill here in a second.
Yeah, drinking helped. The Falcons doing stupid shit, drafting Michael Penix. That helped. That gave some excitement. Pick number 8. Yeah, woke everyone up. This is the same jersey I was wearing. I was wearing this same jersey. I was in my living room. I moved my
took it off
from my living room. I took it off, threw that shit, threw my hat down.
Yep. He quit.
I breathed a little bit, and I thought, okay, long-term value, we'll see. Short-term value, not so good, obviously. Cam, your tight end option. It did get taken late, but Njoku's not a bad pick. I mean,
that's not really a bad. I wouldn't call it a settle. I wouldn't call Njoku a settle at all. Settle, you're talking Colby Parkinson of the Rams. That's a settle.
Cole Kmet's settling.
This year, I think so. Last year, no. This year, yeah, this year because of the other targets, yeah. But last year, he was a solid option. I loved him in Dynasty, dude.
And like I said, and Nino, back to you too. Yeah, 4 hours is insane, right? But during the season, I've already come to the conclusion, because we start at 9 p.m. because East Coast, some people have later bedtime kid schedules. I try telling the guys, let's push the kids at like 8:15, but that's not my kid. I can't do anything about that. We're going to start probably doing 1.5 hour, 2 hour episodes. That's going to be unfortunate for some people, but I don't mind recording 9 to 11 just to get football takes out there, help you guys out. With you on that, Doc. With you on that, Doc gets me drinking going.
Yeah, I got another one coming up on Thursday that I'm going to be.
Too. Yeah,
and that's with work guys that look. Drinks are going to be flowing aplenty to get through that draft.
There's one thing, Nino, I would love to do, but we're all our people that draft, we're all at different locations. I would love to fly everyone into the same area and do a draft live. I think live drafts
do it the league style. We get a fucking draft board. We do something great, some wild out party, some shit that we can't tell the wives about.
I would, but the problem is to get all 12 guys. Some of us are possibly deployed at those times. Like there's a chance.
Well, there's nothing we can do about that, but we can get who we got. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's gonna be hard when the commissioner is possibly deployed in 2026.
Well, that's your fucking problem. You know, I got 2.5 years. I'm not movable for 2.5 years.
Well, I'm trying to get my stuff waived to be a recruiter. We'll talk later about that. But yeah, no, this is gonna be a great show. So since you guys are listening, Nino and Cam, share this with your friends and your family. Tuesday nights, we will be doing episodes regarding the previous NFL weekend. So what happened, like for example, week one. After week one, we'll talk about week one. If you have some fantasy questions, we'll answer that as well. Wednesdays is going to be a fun episode. That's where we do our NFL predictions. So we'll talk about the week coming forward. We'll say who we think is going to win with the scores. It also tells you who we think over-under if you're betting. If you're a bettor, we got the over-unders and we got the spreads or straight up money line. So that we do as well. So that's going to be some fun times as well.
Listen, you guys are going to hear week after week. There's two common themes that you're going to hear on this show. First of all, I didn't give my plug for this week. Shout out to Colin Cowherd. You're a dumbass. You have no idea what you're talking about. Second is shout out to the second best running back in the league, Lamar Jackson. You're going to hear me talk about him and how much money he cost me in betting this year.
Oh, every week.
Every goddamn week. So look forward to that. That's coming your way because he is not a top 10 quarterback. He is a great running back that can throw the ball in a flea flicker type situation when needed and not even very well. But anyway, I digress. I'm getting off track here, but you're going to hear me and Luke talk about that. So you're going to hear all of my gripes and complaints about the terrible 25 leg parlays that I made that didn't hit for obvious reasons when you're like, why in the fuck did you take, let's just say, DJ Moore for 300-plus receiving yards? And I'm going to tell you because I felt good about it that week,
He was drunk. Just say you were drunk.
Well, that definitely had something to do with it.
And you'll see, too, just a quick background. Obviously, Doc's Bears fan. I'm Falcons fan. Jake's Niners fan. Luke's a Ravens fan, which Doc mentioned. Chris is a Saints fan. And then when Alan comes back next year, you'll see he's a Patriots fan. So we all have variety, too. We have different teams. We're not all the same team. I try and argue with not being a biased homer pick of my team. I speak how I feel. If the team sucks, they suck. If they're good, they're doing good.
I felt about that first pick that we took last year. You know what I wanted.
You mean like last year in 2023?
The last draft. I wanted to keep Justin Fields.
Oh yeah. Doc didn't want Caleb Williams, but then he kind of got on train with it. Nino,
I ain't got a choice now.
Okay. So Nino, me and you were along. You can ask Doc. Last year, I was a closet Lions fan, and I have the Lions, Nino. So Nino, pay attention because not tomorrow night. I'm sorry. So next Tuesday, September 3rd, we are giving our NFL predictions. We're going to say who we have 1 through 7 in each conference. And I've already been on the record saying the Detroit Lions will be the 1 seed in the NFC. The road goes through Detroit, and I had the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl. The Detroit Lions are like how I were with Josh Allen and the Bills a few years ago. I still like the Bills, still like Josh Allen. Josh Allen's still one of my favorite players to watch, but I am a big Sam Laporta guy. I love Dan Campbell as a coach. I love what the Detroit Lions have. I took him on Ron St. Brown today, too, in fantasy. So he's my receiver 1. Doc will tell you, I was a closet Lions fan last year.
You weren't even closet about it, dude. You were out. You were at the parade. You were on top of the float. All right? I'm a closet Lions fan, okay?
They would have won. I would have gone Detroit. It's just cool. It's just cool to see, man. Like it's cool to see the Detroit Lions have never been good, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they've never been good. That's good for the NFL. Like get the Detroit Lions in there.
I know, but Dan Campbell pisses me off. Not Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell makes me want to run through a wall with the team. The way he coaches. He's a great coach. Now, obviously, he has those 4th down calls. A lot of times it works. Most of the time it actually does work. It actually works more times than it did not. We just remember that one Dallas Cowboys situation. Okay, cool. But most of the year, the Chargers that won him a game there. I mean, it's won them games. It's extended drives. It's great. Dan Campbell believes in that shit.
No, Nino, I'm not liking that over here, okay?
But Nino, I would not be on it. But Nino, I would not be on. I'm gonna pick the Lions to win. But I honestly, truthfully believe The Chicago Bears are going to be 11 or 12 win team. And if somehow they win the division, I would not be shocked at all. I'm high on the Bears, but I like the Lions better because I'm riding with the momentum. The Lions have gotten better every year. They went from 3 wins in the first year with Dan Campbell, 9 wins the second year with Dan Campbell. Took Aaron Rodgers out of the playoffs, by the way. And then they went to the NFC Championship last year. The ceiling is only getting higher and higher for them. So,
well, you got to remember.
Cam, I'm sorry. What was the question?
You got to remember though, this.
That's not a hot take. Wait, who's a hot take? The Bears 11-12, they're a good team.
11-7 is not a hot take.
11-6.
I wouldn't say 11-6, sorry.
And Nino, I agree too. You do have a solid upgrade. Good secondary you drafted. You got Carlton Davis from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That was y'all's problem though, was the defense. But honestly, you got to remember, it's not just the Lions show that's the problem. Because the weakest part about the Bears, and when you look at it, it's not as weak as you think it is. The weakest part about the Bears right now is the quarterback.
I think I still think he's good too. I think
on paper, that's what I'm saying. And on paper, this is the best Bears team that I can remember seeing in any recent history in the last 15, 20 years.
Probably last good team was probably the Brandon Marshall, Jay Cutler, Johnny Knox before he got folded like a fucking lawn chair. Who else was on that? Alshon Jeffrey was on that team. I think shortly after. Johnny Knox might have been the Alshon Jeffrey too. Who was the running back? Matt Forte.
So it was.
DJ Reader. I forgot DJ Reader too. The Lions got DJ Reader. That's a solid pickup right there.
But this whole division, though, aside from the Vikings, who lost a lot of pieces this year and now don't have a quarterback figured out.
Well, they haven't
figured out, but it's not good. Well, they got a lot more problems than just the quarterback, though. I think they still have a lot of question marks on defense, and while the Lions made upgrades, I think the defense is still going to be what bites them in the long run. But this division is ultimately it's up for grabs again between 3 teams, between Chicago, Detroit, and Green Bay. Any one of these teams.
I don't think Green Bay's going to win it. I think Green Bay.
I don't think they are either. But
that's
I
the
think
question Nino just asked.
He
just asked. He said he's a diehard NFC North fan, obviously. You guys are biased, and you guys are NFC North fans. I think Jordan Love is solid. I still don't know how I feel about the receivers. I don't know how I feel about them. I think that they didn't really do much. Yeah, they did get a safety, Xavier McKinney. I still think they're a 9-win team. They have a pretty tough schedule. I think it's a 9-win team for what they have. It's good enough to be a wild card team. I think it's a 2-man race to win the NFC North. I think it's Chicago or Detroit. I honestly do.
I don't think the Jordan Love hype is getting out of hand. I definitely thought so during the year last year. I think my question right now is this storyline that we saw from Green Bay's receiving core. We touched on it earlier in the show even, but the receiving core and what they were able to do is like something that's never been seen before in the NFL with a bunch of rookie first-year players, second-year players. Are they going to come out and repeat? You've got a guy that sat behind, and we saw this with Green Bay before when Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre. So you got Jordan Love. They did it right. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers, learned, the receivers are out here. The question is, now that they've got footage, now that they've got film on these guys and game plans, is it going to repeat? And that's where I don't think – I'm not saying that Jordan Love is going to come shit the bed, throw for 2,000 yards, more picks and tutties, but I don't think he's going to have quite the year that he had last year. I think this is a guy that sat behind one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history, especially the accuracy numbers that Rodgers was able to put up. And I think that, he kind of sat in the shadows and nobody really knew. Like, I think people forgot Jordan Love even existed.
Yeah.
But I think, now that you've got a full year, and we see this time and time again in sports, baseball especially, they've gone to so much metrics and pitch calling and everything else. I think now you've got the footage, you know how to handle it. We see it with defensive players. We saw it with Khalil Mack after his first year in Chicago, how they start double team and everything else. You get footage. You learn how to game plan around that guy. I got to see the repeat. I'm not saying he's going to come out and shit the bed, but I'm just saying I got to see a little bit more than the 1 year. And I say, honestly, I say it with anybody.
So also, I didn't answer. I wanted to tell you, have fun in Detroit. Sunday Night Football, Stafford, Jared Goff in Detroit Motor City. That's going to be a fun game to be at. Obviously, the playoffs is 24-23. Going back to Well, yeah. So stay with this, Cam. We're about to answer that question. So he said also, I'm going to stick to my stomach. Green Bay situation, they get quarterbacks. So the problem is that it's the receivers to me in Green Bay. Now, Cam, Bryce Young opinions on him. I don't know, man. I like what the Panthers did, Doc. I like the fact that they invested in the offensive line. They did. They did bring in Jatavion Sanders, a tight end from Texas, an athletic tight end there. They did bring in Xavier Legette, funny country boy. He seems like a dog. Kind of reminds me of A.J. Brown. Reminds me of A.J. Brown when he came out of college. And then, yes, you did get Jonathan Brooks, another rookie running back from Texas as well. So they are bringing pieces around him. They are. I still right. can't. I'm not going to say bank on them being super high until I see it. That's my problem. I think they're a 5-win, 6-win team potentially. Maybe high, maybe pretty decent offense. I think the defense is going to be spotties, but I think the offense can be electric this year if the investments hit.
I don't know. I haven't seen. I mean, right now, I'm glad, like you said, I'm glad they invested around him. They got him pieces. They're doing it right. They're doing it right the way it should be done. You've got a franchise guy. You're putting the pieces around him. I like that. I am just not convinced the skill's there. The size is definitely an issue. Even in walkthroughs, in OTAs last year, in preseason, everything else, like in camp, I wasn't convinced on it. It's how I feel about Anthony Richardson. I got to see him stay healthy. I got to see him move the ball, move the chains. I got to see him perform, and that's what I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to see it. I mean,
now, if you're asking me, would I draft him? No, I would not. I mean, you're talking a 30-man league, and he's the last quarterback available. I might take him.
Allen out there, Bryce Young bounce back.
Allen, here we go.
You had this is
TB12's gone. TB12's gone. So Allen's over to Carolina now. Waiver wire week 9.
I mean, a viable option fantasy league.
You got to be in a tough quarterback situation for that. You got to be, the bus fell off the bridge with all your quarterbacks on it. I don't know.
Sorry, you go, Doc.
No, I was just going to say, I can't think of a reason where, like, even if you picked him up week 9, why would you play him? Like, you might take him for that 1 week when your quarterback's on bye, but unless people break legs and collarbones and all that, what would you pick him up for to use him?
Nino, don't apologize, man. I don't mind. Like I said, if Doc has to get off, I don't mind sitting here and talking and answer questions. Football is legit everything to me.
No, this is, as long as people are in here interacting, yeah. I'm good with that. I can stay on for that. I mean, I make my own schedule. Don't worry about that.
You finna go pick up the Daniel Jones. If he's gonna run the ball like he did in 2022, yeah, he's a fantasy option. Now I don't respect him as a quarterback, but yeah, fantasy option if he's running the ball again, sure. But looks like Jake had the best team. Jake, I don't know, man.
You got to change your name on there, dude. You got to change your name
and your profile photo too. Doc told me that ESPN had you ranked 15th in a 12-man league, so I don't get.
So he's actually gone down. He is now 19th.
Oh man,
it's not as we go.
Nino, it's not Danny Dimes anymore. If you watch go back and watch a couple episodes ago.
Danny Dumpster Fire.
It's Danny Turnovers now. It's Danny Turnovers.
Danny Turnovers. Okay.
Yeah. Cam said, to be fair, my home league is super greedy and everyone got 2. Yeah, see, 2 QBs in a standard start's whack. Now, if it's a super flex league, yeah, you go quarterback early. But in a 7-man league, Daniel Jones over Bryce Young puppy. In fantasy value, if Daniel Jones is running the ball, it's not a bad. Yeah, Nino, it's 15 in the 12-man league is crazy. That means it's pretty bad. But yeah, Daniel Jones in a fantasy league is not that bad compared to Bryce Young because he can scramble.
That's how bad he's looking, dude. I'm gonna be. I don't know. I don't remember the last time, if ever, in a fantasy league that every team did not have at least 2 QBs. Everybody always has 2 QBs. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, I took my last pick was a quarterback, but I also went Daniels. So I went Daniels and picked 10.
No, I know, but everybody always gets that everybody always has a second QB because if you do have a QB get hurt, like look at if you're Kirk Cousins last year or Aaron Rodgers week 1, what are you doing? You ain't got a quarterback viable worth taking.
Well, we have a good question, actually. Malik Neighbors' value. He's projected, I think, in the 40s on ESPN. He's the number 1 option, Doc. Malik Neighbors is. But the question is he can make a lot of acrobatic catches. So do you want him as your receiver 2, your flex? Like, what are you thinking? Like, or would you take a chance on him with being the number 1 option?
He'd be on the. I mean, I would take him. I'm not. He would be like way underdrafted. He would have to be available. You know, you said 40, so we're talking round 4 is where he's projected. He'd have to be available like round 7 for me, and and that's where it's tough because he'd probably be a bench option for me until I see the quarterback situation develop in New York and see that he's getting targets. Because Hyatt, we saw the same shit with Hyatt. There's a lot of hype around Hyatt. He didn't make it.
Well, yeah, but
Hyatt didn't have a single receiving touchdown last year.
But Neighbors hype's way higher than Hyatt.
No, I know that.
That's a question too, Nino. Devontae Smith or Neighbors? I'm going Devontae Smith.
I'm taking
because
Smith.
I know what Smith's going to bring to the table.
Yeah,
him and AJ Brown are still top 20 receivers, and they're on the same team. That Devontae Smith is a receiver 1 on a lot of teams, but he could be receiver 2.
If Danny Dimes hurts his vagina again this year, and DeVito comes in, or Tyrod Taylor, whatever the flavor of the week is, like
Drew Lock. Drew Lock's the backup.
Drew Lock. Well, we know how well he's been playing in his career.
Tyrod Taylor's the backup to Aaron Rodgers.
That's right. Sorry, we had a New York shuffle there. I honestly, I'm not sold on Malik Neighbors. I'm not even sold on him with Daniel Jones. But if he gets hurt, we talked about this earlier with the wide receiver situation in Minnesota with their current quarterback.
Well, this trade, honestly, hear me out, Cam. You got offered Malik Neighbors, and Jake is actually pretty high on Javonte Williams, and I get it. Joe Mixon is the one. He's the one, and he's a solid running back. I don't think it's a terrible trade. I wouldn't say you should leave the league. You almost left the league. I know you're joking, but like that honestly isn't a terrible trade for you. I mean, I really don't think that it's that terrible. I mean, just because if Javonte gets back to what we know he can be, I mean, obviously he's come back from injury last year. It's not bad. He's the number 1 running back in Denver, and Malik Neighbors is number 1 running back or receiver in New York for the Giants. So it's not terrible. Don't poop on it too quick. Now, Nino, you said, who's your other running backs came for that? But you said Nino. Right now, you're with us, Smitty over Neighbors. But yeah, Danny Dimes gets a hangnail and call it a day. Yeah, I mean that's the truth, and I mean, Jalen Hurts is going to get Devontae Smith the ball. We know that. Whatever your personal opinions on Jalen Hurts as a quarterback, he's going to get you the ball. Puppy Pop, he said, only take Malik Neighbors if you take a receiver first round and go back-to-back. Yeah, now I agree with Alan there. Alan's that's
a good point.
All jokes aside, like that's a solid
holy shit, point. Alan said something that I agree with.
But yeah, no, Neighbors is never gonna be your first option. He's gonna be the receiver 2. Like if you're receiver 1, your team's in trouble. Trade away. I'm assuming you got 3 quarterback or 3 receivers. So Brees, Mixon, Swift, Raheem Mostert, Charbonnet. Oh yeah, we're back to that. Okay.
I mean, you got 2 bona fide there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad trade because then that answers that question, Cam. For DJ Moore, now you get Malik. You have Malik Neighbors to pair with that receiver core, and you still have DJ Moore, Nico Collins, and now you have Javonte. Well, it's not a bad trade. That's the redraft, Jake. Remember when he said he had DJ Moore and Nico Collins, and then he had Jaden Reed. That's not a bad option now. I think that you could. That's not a terrible trade, Javonte and Malik.
Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to Jake. Shout out to Jake for being able to come back onto the pod, into the chat, but still can't answer my fucking text.
Yeah, and also shout out to you, Jake, too. Way to come back and not accept my Venmo request for my fantasy league and DirecTV. If DirecTV, if Doc's going to take over that spot, I'll give you the $43 back. You know I'm good for it. But accept my fucking money for the yeah, Jake, yeah.
Did you pay? Wait, did you pay?
Jake, I get your 6-year-old throwing up. But was your 6-year throwing up 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago when I was asking for the money? Was it throwing up yesterday, earlier today? Hey, I don't think it was.
Hey, my man, you can tap on the back while they're puking and respond to texts. You know what I'm saying?
You're watching YouTube right now. I mean, you're doing just fine watching YouTube while your kids throwing up.
If you haven't done trades at the most inappropriate, I've done trades at funerals, my man.
I don't even go to funerals.
No
if it's football. I don't go to funerals during football season. They better wait 7 months from now. Like they fucking better wait.
Don't die during football, dude.
Yeah. Don't call me. And back to
Mark,
Nino.
Mark, did you pay for the Sunday ticket yet?
My first month already got taken out and I already requested. So if Jake accepts the money and you do it,
oh, wait,
Jake.
How much? No, I know, but how much was the? Did you get the military discount?
No, that's already locked in.
God.
So back to Nino real quick because he actually asked Cooper Kupp. The thing with Cooper Kupp, Nino, is they say he's the healthiest he's ever been. Now, if that's the truth and Cooper Kupp is as healthy as he's been, Cooper Kupp started pretty good when he came back the first couple weeks last year, and he had a decent couple of years at the end. I think Cooper Kupp is a dog. I don't know if he's going to have triple crown numbers. That's probably not going to happen. But I think Cooper Kupp is still good to be a decent receiver. Said something about to bring my beers. And then Cam said something too. He said right now he's got Puka, Ayuk, Debo, Ridley, McLaurin, Myers, and Downs. Which league is that, Cam? I don't remember you mentioning that earlier.
Come on, Jake, wake up.
Oh no, that was Kenny. My bad. That was Kenny. Here, Jake, I'm gonna throw I don't even remember where Cam's.
Cam, you got to repost him, my man.
No. Cam's got Puka Akua, Debo Samuel, Calvin Ridley, Scary Terry, Jacoby Myers, and Downs. And he's also got Breece Hall, Joe Mixon, Swift, Mostert, Charbonnet. I mean, to be honest, if you have those receivers, I don't even think you take the trade. You have Puka already. You have Brian Ayuk. You have Debo Samuel and Cal Ridley. You don't make that trade. You keep Joe Mixon then because Joe Mixon's value is better than Javonte Williams. Remember, the trade was Malik Neighbors and Javonte Williams, and they get Joe Mixon. I think you keep Joe Mixon. You already have a lot of receivers. You don't need that. That's a bad trade for you. So sorry, Cam. I was mixing you and another listener named Kenny earlier. And speaking of that, you guys are listening right now and commenting. Go subscribe on YouTube. We do this weekly. So subscribe. We're going to have 2 episodes this week.
We're trying to get it into more than weekly. We're trying to get it into like a couple, 2-3 times a week. But
well, no, we are. Football season, we're 2-3 times a week.
But no, like you said, subscribe, get it out to your social media, share it. This honestly, this right here is what I do this for, is the interaction. I used to stream video games with the same shit. The interaction, the people coming in, talking,
Spencer
too. This is why I do it. So if we got the people in here talking everything else, the whole show would be about that if I could.
All right, so let's go through this real quick. So Puppy Poppy said he really likes Cooper Kupp's value, especially if you go running back 1 and 2 and you need to seek some receivers with upside. Yeah, you do. I mean, I would say still Cooper Kupp is my second receiver. You go on the flip there.
I could hit the bathroom real quick.
No, you're good. I'll talk. Nino agrees as well there. And then Jake said, agreed. I just went. Well, it's a 10-man, Jake. He said, I think in a 10-man, though, Spencer, I still think pick 4 and 5 is solid because I think the first 4 to 5 picks this year is not a bad option. Maybe even 3, honestly. I really don't mind 3 to 5 in a 10-man because you're going to get one of those top picks. And then the swing around, you don't have to wait as long in those leagues. And because the 10-man, you're going to have more players that fall to you because of that. There's 2 less picks each round. So I think 3 to 5 is a solid pick, in my opinion. Cam said, I definitely wanted the risk reward of drafting Jaden Daniels, but he got drafted the pick before. I was about to draft a quarterback. Well, Cam, I don't remember. He said, who's your quarterback? I think you said rate your team. Let me go back to it if I can find it. I mean, if you can say it on here, who's your quarterback for your league? Standard 10-man. Oh, you have Purdy. Yeah. You have Purdy. Right. Yeah, you have Purdy. Yeah, Purdy. Try and find a backup still if you can. Just try and find a backup. Okay, so we're going to go back to the list. Daniels is either getting boomsticked by week 3 or no. Jaden Daniels is going to be fine. I'm high on Jaden Daniels. I have him in my the league we just drafted. 5 and 6 are taken, so I get the next choice of pick. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, 3 or 4. I mean, you're gonna you get the option. If you go 3, you have the option of going either Breece Hall or Bijan Robinson, or you have CeeDee Lamb and Tyreek Hill. You have that option what you want to do. I still say take running back first because of the drop off. But yeah, and then four Niners. Like I said, if you could somehow package Deebo Samuel out of the 2, but remember, you never know. Brandon Knight could be traded to the Commanders or the Steelers. Well, we're gonna probably find more about that later this week, with it being 11 days before the season. Well, we're about to hit midnight, so 10 days before the season, you're gonna see what Brandon Knight's gonna be. Obviously, if safe round. I mean, Nino, I had pick 7, right? Here, I will tell you, Nino, how our draft went tonight. Let me pull that up real quick. Let me pull up the draft order. Yeah, so here's the draft recap, right? I had pick 7. So it went Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, and I went pick 7. I went Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think he's consistent. I think he's obviously the number 1 option in Detroit. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is an option, but still having a running back is great because of the drop-off. Drafts are random. I agree with you, Cam. I mean, they're unpredictable. You don't know who's going to do what. I mean, one pick, coming back on the swing in the second round, ETN got ripped from me. Kyron Williams got ripped from me. So I settled for Derrick Henry. But draft was wild. Doc knows I like ETN. He knows, ETN's a dog too, and that's what he did. Yeah, Amon-Ra went 5 in your redraft. That's fine. Let Amon-Ra go 5. If you're picking after that, you maybe can get Breece Hall or Bijan or even Jahmyr Gibbs or Saquon and whatnot. All right, so let me go back. Jake says he thinks the opinion. Here, let me show that. So he says Wednesday we'll know about that. And then we have Spencer. If I choose at 3, I'm pretty sure I can get CMC, knowing my league mates. I think CD. Yeah, if you pick 3 and Chris McCaffrey's to you 3, you need to get me in this league. And I want to take some money because Chris McCaffrey should not be the 3rd pick in any fantasy football draft. I don't give a shit. If you get 3, though, and you get Chris McCaffrey, it's a solid pick. CD. Then Nino said, sure, hope so, Jake. It is dead, but it's also dead and it's unknown. I tried no ball, man. Like I said, I live, breathe football. So there you go. Amon-Ra went 5. We mentioned that. Jake said, yeah, he agrees too. If CMC's there at 3, you got to go Christian McCaffrey. It's the steal of the draft. Marvin Harrison fell to late 3rd. That's not a bad option, though. I mean, Marvin Harrison, that could be a steal for whoever got him, in my opinion, late in the 3rd. I'm assuming he's either, running receiver 1, but if you went running back, okay, I get why he's receiver 1, but if he's your receiver 2, that's not a bad option. And it's not predicting the shit at all. Yeah, it's just fantasy's fantasy, man. It's tough. It really is. You just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you could do mock drafts all day long, and you just don't know what's going to happen at all. Sorry, got people now. Yeah, so CMC, he's dealing with a calf strain. CMC's dealing with a calf strain, but that's their way of saying he didn't want to play preseason, essentially. I think Chris McCaffrey is going to be fine. He went 3 hours. Oh, wait, so you're saying Marvin Harrison is your receiver 3. That means that guy doesn't have running backs. He means he's probably going to package a deal to get some running backs. That's what's going to happen. All right, so I'm just reading these comments. I'm just going in order, Doc. Jake said, Spencer, that this is the reply. The calf strain is not serious. It was him not playing preseason, essentially. They said right here, if game day, he would be on the field. Week 1, he will be on the field against New York Jets. And now, Nino, how we feel about Raham? If Stevenson's your running back 3, that's solid. That's a good RB3. Yeah, running back 2, Doc. I don't want him. And Dan, if you're running back 1,
if you're running back 1, you need to move some players and get some running backs.
But running back 2, I'm still scared about. Running back 3, that's not a bad option because he's going to be your flex, or he's on your bench, and he'll probably fill in.
Yeah, you got options. You got options.
Damn, Doc, we're 3 hours, 15 minutes in almost, man. This turned up to a good episode, man.
James Conner and Javonte.
Jacobs.
Jacobs. I don't know about Jacobs though.
I like Connor. Connor did have a little injury last year, but when he came back, he was solid. Javonte, Jake is high on him. Like he mentioned during the draft, he was shocked he was that high. He thinks that Javonte could be a steal in leagues. If Josh Jacobs comes back to his Raiders days in 2022, and James Conner's James Conner that we know,
but him playing in a contract year last year, he shit the bed.
Well, Cam, who's his three besides Marvin Harrison? Who are the other two receivers that he went? I want to judge that team. Let me see the three receivers. I know it's Marvin Harrison as the third option, but who are his other two receivers? He's got Josh Jacobs, James Conner, and Javonte. And Doc, speaking of teams, I have to find a team name, man. I don't even know what team name I'm going to go this year.
I know. I gotta change my 2 girls 1 cup.
Poppy said Zamir White I like Zamir White a lot more than Jacobs. Yeah, we mentioned that, Poppy. Zamir White looked good the last 3 weeks of the season, but that's a short sample size. So now we're going to see it on a longer-term basis. Zamir White is, to me, besides the quarterback, obviously, the biggest question mark in Las Vegas. Zamir White's a W. He agrees. So those three receivers, Doc.
Exactly, Jake.
So Cam says that the three guys, so his running backs are Josh Jacobs, James Conner, Javonte Williams. His receivers are JJ, Garrett Wilson, and Marvin Harrison.
And
it's not bad.
The biggest thing about Jacobs, Jake, is how vocal Jacobs was about running backs not getting paid and not being valued in the league anymore. And he had his chance to come out when it was him, Saquon, and others going through the shit. And he could have come out and proven the worth, and he didn't. He just basically was like, we need to get paid, shit the bed, and then, you have nothing to stand on now.
So let's rate this team real quick. I got a text. So this is looks like it's a 2 quarterback league, Doc. So 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs. Alan, I hope you're paying attention. I'm going to rate your team right now live on the show. So you got Josh. It's 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, a tight end, a flex, a defense, and a kicker. So it's Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Jonathan Taylor, James Cook, Marvin Harrison, DK Metcalf, Jalen Waddle, Dalton Kincaid, Zamir White, the Cowboys defense, Fairburn from the Texans, his kicker, Jaden Reed, Tajay Spears, Jamison Williams, Brian Thomas. Love that value down there, your 4th option on the bench. Bryce Young is your 3rd quarterback because you need one. Ty Chandler, Marcus Robinson. Obviously, a lot of players in your starting lineup. I think your starting lineup, Kyler Murray. Josh Allen, Kyler Murray.
He needs a 2nd quarterback.
No, Kyler's going to be good this year for fantasy. I think the offense is going to be electric. The defense is where I'm questionable. I like the team. I mean, Marvin Harrison's a question mark because we haven't seen them yet. I get that, but you have DK and Jalen Waddle there. You got Kincaid. He's going to be a number 1 or 2 option in Buffalo for pass catching value there. Zamir White, that's the question mark because with a short sample size, we get that. But I like the Brian Thomas and Jaden Reed pick on the bench.
Yeah.
Tajay Spears, I'm still a little questionable about because it's Tennessee, the running back situation. I don't know what's going to be yet. I mean, truthfully, it's not a bad team. Not a bad team, Alan. I think it's good. Like Jake said, right here. Make sure you all follow. We could literally on Tuesday nights when we go over the NFL season the week before, like when we talk about week 1 on September, whatever it's September. The first would be the Sunday, second. So September 10th, when we talk week 1 recap, we will set some time. Even if Luke and Chris can't stay on long term, we will set up another hour dedicated to fantasy. If the first hour is recapping the NFL week, we will do another hour of fantasy football. I don't mind talking 2 hours of NFL and fantasy football, Doc.
No, like I said, if there's engagement, I'll do this. I'll make time for this. I set my own schedule. I don't usually leave for work until 9 o'clock in the morning.
I can wake up I can wake myself up. I'll set 20 alarms if I have to. So first year in Dynasty League, first year Startup Dynasty League, which we did our first year this past year, Maker TV. Shout out to you as well. He traded your 2025 first rounder and your 2024 second for 104, and you got 109.
What do you mean you got 109 was your original first round pick for 2024?
That's what it is.
And thinking of drafting, so you're talking about drafting 2 wide receivers in this upcoming draft? Oh, so this is first year.
No, wait. Maker TV, how does your dynasty league work? Is it a quarterback super flex? Is it 2 quarterbacks? Like that is what you need to know. If it's 2, like on our dynasty league, Doc's in it, Jake's in it, it's a 2 quarterback. It's a quarterback super flex league, so it's really a 2 quarterback league. If it's a super flex league, you got to go quarterback early. It's a super flex. You got to go quarterback first. You got to.
Dynasty is the only time I've ever seen quarterbacks go in the first round.
So the 4th pick, you need to go quarterback. I'm assuming Mahomes is going to be off the board. Joe Burrow, probably Jalen Hurts. Go get a quarterback. Get one quarterback at 4. And the 9.
If you have the 4th, you're going Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts if either of them are available. Yeah, because Josh Allen is going to get you points, and Jalen Hurts is going to get you those Philly pushes.
Well, let's say Doc goes Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and Patrick or Josh Allen. You still go get Joe Burrow. You can still go get Dak Prescott.
I would take Lamar over just because of the running game.
Yeah, Lamar. Yeah, you got to go quarterback.
There's a lot right now. Joe, the offensive scheme in Cincinnati right now is dropping. Like the targets are not going beyond 20 yards. You're not getting deep plays, which is crazy with Jamar Chase. But I read an article earlier today about, how the numbers are basically getting shorter and honestly, it backs up what Luke says about Joey slants. It really does. So I don't know if Joe Burrow is what I would take, but if you got 104,
you're going to get one of those 4.
Josh Allen, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Mahomes, Lamar, or Jalen Hurts.
Those are your 4 options. And then at pick 9, that's when you go receiver or running back, whichever one, receiver if you like. But remember, you're going to have to go. I don't know if yours is because our initial dynasty was a snake draft. And then for the rookies following years, it's a normal 1 through 12. Like there's no snake. But you got to go quarterback around, in my opinion, you got to go quarterback around 4 or 5 again and get another quarterback. So you have 2 quarterbacks at all times. Because we had problems.
Pick 9. It all depends on what's about. Dude, what did I have last? I don't remember what I had last year in the draft when we did our first year.
You might have had 9.
I feel like 9 I had, and I got CMC.
I mean, I wonder if I can
CMC is going to give me a few years. Like you got to remember, Dynasty is long term.
You stay tuned. I'm gonna look this up.
Dynasty is not like you're picking a guy for this year. You're not picking an Aaron Rodgers in the first round of Dynasty. You know what I'm saying? You're picking guys that are going to get you longevity. And I felt that, CMC was a steal at 9, where he normally goes number 1 in a redraft. But having him at 9, the dude was the number 3 in all of fantasy last year, behind only Josh Allen and probably Jalen Hurts. I got to look it up. But CMC was a workhorse for him. And he's going to be. He's, I think 29 years old this year. He's going to be a workhorse for at least 3 more years.
All right, Maker TV, here we go. This was the draft last year, right? So I'm going to give you the first round. It went Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. The first receiver was taken at pick 6 with Justin Jefferson. Trevor Lawrence went at 7. Lamar went at 8. Jamar Chase went at 8, which was Doc. I had pick 9. Riz went pick 9 at Bijan. Garrett Wilson was chosen at 11. I went Justin Fields at 12, thinking that he was going to get a chance, but I flipped him later on in the year. Got Jared Goff, and I had Baker and Aaron Rodgers as well, which I got rid of Aaron Rodgers but got him back. So I ended up getting Jared Goff by using the Justin Fields, and then I went receiver at 12. Yeah, you went Jamar Chase, but then you didn't go quarterback until round 3 with Dak. But see, you got to understand.
Dak was a steal, especially with CeeDee Lamb.
Maker TV, you also got to understand is do your research.
So I got CMC second round.
You did, and then you got Dak in the 3rd, and then you get a quarterback all the way to Derek Carr in the round looks like 10. So I'm still a believer on. Yeah, you got to go quarterbacks some high because you just don't know what you're going to do, what's going to happen later on in the years going forward. So just pay attention. Quarterback's got to go 4. 9, you can go receiver, and then you start thinking about when you go quarterback next. Do your research though. Nino though, shout out. More breakout year, James Cook, Kenneth Walker. I'm James Cook. I told Doc, and Doc didn't believe me at first until he looked it up, and he did walk it back. When Joe Brady took over for the play calling position for the Buffalo Bills, the James Cook numbers, his stock went up. James Cook is also going to be involved in the passing game where the Buffalo Bills lack receivers. They have Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox. That's solid, but they have Keon Coleman, a rookie, Curtis Samuel, and Shakir. It's going to be James Cook. That's the answer.
The big problem with James Cook early on was like he was either 100 yards or he was 20 yards rushing. That was the big problem for him, but it stepped way up for him. When I'm talking about breakout, I mean, I'm going James Cook. And like Mark said, because, Stephon Diggs is gone, the receiving situation, he's going to get more opportunity because they need him more. And Kenneth Walker is still going to split touches with Charbonnet. We've seen it year after year. And the injuries as well out there in Seattle. If I had the opportunity, it depends on the round, but if you're telling me like, hey, these two guys are available, I'm taking James Cook all day long over Kenneth Walker.
And Maker TV, thank you for the subscribe. Hopefully you come back. Hopefully you join us back here. Said Tuesdays and Wednesdays are NFL talk. Fridays are potentially going to be college when the NFL season starts. We're talking college Wednesday because we got to talk about the Florida State Seminoles and how they blew the game. Or hopefully they'll bounce back against Boston College. Big week coming up. Also, Cam, I don't know if this is a joke or not. I know the thing with Taysom Hill, honestly, if I'm gonna be truthful, is you don't know when he's gonna have a big week. I'm gonna be honest. No.
If you want the simplest way to put this, I would put money on Mark as my bye week tight end over Taysom Hill.
I mean, well, he's a dog, but you just don't know when he's going to. You just don't know when that's gonna happen. Like he's gonna have like good 4 or 5 games a year, but when is it gonna be? We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But that's honestly how we feel, Cam, about that. Jake says Bills are gonna suck. I still think 7-8 wins is a season for them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Josh Allen Dick Ryder, and I think they can even get 9 because I think Josh Allen is that good. He wins you more games than loses, but he agrees you got to go James Cook over Walker. Allen, Bijan ceiling, yeah. I mean, with the new staff, which I mentioned, Zach Robinson is a Sean McVay system guy. It's like Mike McDaniel. It's like Kevin O'Connell. All these guys, Kyle Shanahan. The running back opens up the play action for Kirk Cousins. I think Bijan's gonna have a great year. I don't know if he's number one.
Number one is a huge. First of all, number one fantasy. When you're talking about quarterbacks, I mean, there's only probably a couple of guys that I would even put in the conversation being up there. And they're proven talent. We're talking CMCs.
CMC wasn't even 1 last year. CMC was number 3 last year overall, number 1 running back.
But that's what I'm saying. So with the production, and he is a receiving and running. He's a dual threat running back.
So is Bijan.
Well, I'm not saying he's not, but I don't think that Bijan is in the conversation to be a top 5 fantasy player yet. I think he can be. I think he can get there. I don't know if he's there yet. Because I think
I'm the wrong guy to answer. I'm the wrong guy to answer that, so I can't answer that.
I think he can get there. I think he's the next CMC, but it's just not going to happen this year.
I'm assuming you're a Jets fan, Cam. Breece Hall was number 2 last year, honestly. So I think Breece Hall. If you pick Breece Hall or Bijan, it's not the worst thing in the world. Allen, I don't think any of us. Well, Jake didn't do a bracket, but he did pick Oregon to win it all. I don't think any of us had Tennessee in the top 12.
Nope.
Rocky Top.
Nope.
They're claiming to be. They're claiming to be the real UT. I know that Luke likes to sit there because the SEC has a seniority. Whoever has the seat. Like, so for example, if the USC Trojans came to the SEC doc, the South Carolina Gamecocks would be the real USC. But we all know deep down that the USC Trojans are the real USC. Like,
right.
We know them.
And that's what they're called. Yeah.
Just like Texas, it's UT or it's Hook'em Horns or it's Texas Longhorns. I mean, right. Tennessee can claim that. They haven't been as relevant as Texas has in this century, anyways. So let's go back to the show before we
appreciate you catching that, Cam. Before I had to lose my shit.
Jake, if the Falcons use them, but this isn't Arthur Smith, so it's a different. Like that's what Alan said. It's different staff. It's different staff this year.
And again, Alan, I'm not dogging on Bijan. I'm not saying he's trash, but I don't think the ceiling this year is number 1 for him, especially with CMC still in the league and healthy.
Well, Jake said, but Jake, I agree. You can't go wrong. Either of them. You can't go wrong. But if you pick one, you gotta go. You just gotta go Christian McCaffrey. It's even if he doesn't finish number 1, you just take the smart answer. The answer is A on the test. You go A. You don't take a chance on B that that could be right.
Yeah, if the question is 4 plus 4, you're not picking 44 and hoping for a long shot. You know what I'm saying? Hoping for the best.
He said Houston Cougars winning the Natty this year. I'm lying. We ain't gonna win 4 games.
Cam, don't feel bad, dude, because listen, if you were here in the beginning when they pissed me off with my Seminoles, all right.
Hey, don't worry, Cam. Don't worry, Cam. I got you. Listen.
Oh, God damn it.
Go Yellow Jackets. Oh.
Look, I have to do it. I'm not proud. I'm not even convinced that Florida State's going to win 4 games this year. That was an awful fucking performance. I was texting Mark during the game and telling him, I'm not going to get into it. We'll save that for college.
Let's say that me, Luke, and Chris had already texted each other in just the 3 of our chats, and we said, are we going to rip the Florida State fans in Discord? And Luke had already had it typed out, ready to go. And as soon as the game was over, he hit send, and we had a fucking great hour, 2 hours stuff when it came to that. But dude, we're talking college this year. Puppy said the question was Bijan's ceiling. I'm not saying he's going to do that, but the question of ceiling, then you have to say that if everything goes right. Well, yeah, if everything goes right for any player, yeah, the ceiling's there. I mean, I get it. The ceiling is there for Bijan.
No, because I still. Are you talking number 1 in fantasy or number 1 running back? Because you're saying top player.
Yeah,
he's not. There is no scenario. I mean, the only scenario is everybody in the league gets hurt. But I don't see any viable, realistic way that Bijan is the top player in fantasy this year. I don't think that's
if he's the number 1 running back, then he has the chance to be the number 1 player if he's number 1 in his position. So you got to think about
fantasy, that. Yeah, no, he's not. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's still going to split some touches. They're going to improve his workload, but there's still the split with Algier. I mean, it's just not time yet. I think the time is coming. Right now, I don't think that there is any, especially because most teams are how many teams in the league now are 1-back committees? They're not. They're multiple back committees. As much as I want to say DeAndre Swift is going to dominate, I wanted to go Swift in the draft for the Bears.
Yeah, but
even then, Herbert's going to get touches. Roshan's going to get touches. I don't think Bijan has a chance to be number 1 in fantasy this year.
But Algier's going to get 5 to 7 touches, maybe 8 touches a game. Bijan's probably going to get close to 20 to 24 touches a game.
That's fine. I'm not saying that Bijan is bad. I think he's going to be one of the top players in the league, but I don't think realistically, I don't truly think that his ceiling is top fantasy player. I don't.
And yes, Cam, I mean, no disrespect towards Houston. I mean, it's a struggle. You guys did come in the Big 12. Good news is Texas and Oklahoma did leave. I am a Longhorns fan, so maybe now us leaving will
you guys got a chance.
Yeah, maybe, the best team looks like is Oklahoma State and Utah. And I still think Arizona's a sleeper. You got to watch out. They have a good quarterback, good receiver duo. Alan, yeah, man, I love
Arizona State. There's only one thing that matters in the state of Arizona. That's Cam Scatterboat, Arizona State, baby.
We miss you too, Alan. We do serve our country too. We just we're a little behind you right now, an hour. So we'll do that in the morning when we wake up.
I'm serving right now. I served for the last 2 weeks when I was on vacation in Missouri, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I'm serving, yeah. He said it's a good thing. Yeah, Houston basketball. Yeah. You're good there. I mean, good basketball program. So, hooping. Yeah, hooping, they're good. We don't talk much hardwood sports on here. Doc for the NBA calls them the
Charmin Basketball Association.
Yeah. So CBA.
They soft.
College is fun. I like college is fun during conference time in the March Madness. Of course, nothing wrong with the old bracketology, but no, Doc, it was a great episode. I think it's starting to slow down a little bit with the questions and whatnot, but great episode. Sounds like we got some new subscribers here. And
really, I just shout out to everybody that was in here, throwing questions up, asking advice, throwing scenarios. This is why we do it. The engagement, the community engagement, talking with you guys, getting involved. This is why we do it. That back and forth is what I love. This is without that man, this is nothing. This is literally me and Mark do this on the phone damn near every day. You know what I mean?
Text messages all day on Discord.
This is the same thing that we do. So having you guys in here is truly clutch. I love it. I don't know how else to put it in words. I love it. I'm so glad to be a part of, just shooting the shit with you guys and going back and forth. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your input, your questions, everything else, because it gives me a reason to get on this show.
And the goal is once Chris gets into his household, I'm going to get with him and we are going to get the merchandise situated. We're going to try and get shirts, hats. I might even make a flag. That might be on my own. People appreciate do. That, Cam, I'm going to star that one too. I've started a couple already.
Appreciate that.
I will say, Cam and everyone that listened, thank you. When people ask me what kind of podcast is this, I tell them, the goal is, one day it would be fun to have this as a full-time gig. Obviously, we all have careers. We're doing stuff. This, ultimately is more of a hobby. It's more of a passion, but the passion makes it fun because we're sitting here literally going on 3.5 hours. We're talking football. We mentioned a 4-hour plus live NFL watch along for the draft. Watched us get angry. We go at each other. We have fun. We take digs. This is something that I enjoy. I don't really talk much sports I do with my office a little bit, but not as much as the passion I have with the guys here. So I enjoy it. I enjoy coming here for an hour and a half an episode.
It hurts.
Now it looks like now it's going to be 2 hours an episode. Probably it looks like maybe. I mean, I know not everyone can do 2 hours an episode, but I'll hang back for it.
Listen, I was supposed to get off an hour and a half ago, so if that's not evidence,
I
enjoy the interaction.
I plan on this being done at the 2 hour. Yeah, you said the 2 hour mark. After we're going to judge our teams, and then we start getting comments, and I'm all for it. Once it starts getting the engagement, if I have to go to bed at 1:00, 1:30, I already do that anyways. I do that already. I do that anyways when I'm not talking on the podcast. So
dude, I still have 15 days of vacation I have to take, or I lose them. So I'll just fucking text my boss, tell him I'm not coming tomorrow.
No, like I said, we're in here for the long haul as well. We wish it was full time. We wish we had better setup with studio. We wish we were all together when we did it. That's the way it is. We're doing it the way we do it. We have fun with it. We do clips on TikTok. We post it. We try and get the engagement. We try and if people say, "Hey, our takes are shit." Hey, you say it's shit. If you say you like it, you like it. I like the fact that you guys here are actually saying if you disagree respectfully. People on TikTok do get a little toxic. I will say they do get a little rowdy, a little ruthless. Like they call Jake's room. They call it his mom's basement. Jake's like fucking 70 years old.
Yeah, Jake's old as fuck, dude.
Yeah, just for clicks. People don't understand when you post something on social media, even if it's a shining thing, it's for clicks. Everything is for clicks. That's how you get your product out. That's how you get what you want to spread. Everything's a click. But this is a click. Me tagging, I put a bunch of tags in for the description video. That's a click. I'm hoping that people type fantasy football and our show pops up. That's what it was about. Trying to get us out there. So
same. Yeah,
but merchandise is coming. Hats, t-shirts. Like I said, I'm gonna try and maybe do a flag. But just share us, man. Share us out there. We enjoy you guys. We enjoy this. We are 10 days away from the NFL season. We are 3 nights away from week 1 of college football. Go North Dakota State, beat Colorado, please.
Oh God, that would make, and they can. If there is an FCS team that can do it, it is historically North Dakota State. The Bisons, baby.
UNC plays Minnesota Thursday night. That's a decent little Thursday night football matchup for 2 Power 4 schools. I'm okay with that being a Thursday night game. Oklahoma Temple Friday night.
I will say,
he's a Cam. You can't. He's a Colorado fan. But hey, that's who you root for. That's who you want to lock in. Hey, that's your team. I don't mind the players on Colorado. I think Shador's a pretty good quarterback. I like Travis Hunter, of course.
The two
it's just the hype
that Colorado has. Yeah,
it's just the hype they got, and I get it. I get why.
My problem.
Well, that makes sense. Cam makes sense though. One of his friends is from high school is a running back there. Okay,
my problem was a win against TCU that had 75% of new starters and then a dog shit win or a win against a dog shit Scott Frost era Nebraska team that they stormed the field for. I can't figure out for the life of me why that was a good idea. And then getting thrown up in the ratings to finish 4-8 in this on the season was like a testament. It was all hype. It was all hype. I think Colorado's going to, if Deion Sanders stays there, Colorado's going to become a powerhouse team, but they're just not right now, and they won't be for a couple of years. They got to work on it. And they have two players. That's their whole team is based around two players. And
Cam,
that's what's tough for me.
Cam, what's the running back's name? And hear me out. Hear me out, Cam. If your friend, I know Colorado, the media, they're not always friends with the media. If your friend wants to come on the podcast, talk a little Colorado football, Big 12 football is what they're in now.
I'd love to get enlightened.
Yeah, I would love to I would love to hear what Colorado might be. I would like to hear the future. How Colorado. I'm not against Colorado. I'm against the media. I'm against the media portraying them.
It's the hype. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm not hoping Colorado loses or anything like that. The hype is irresponsibly there. And shout out, by the way, because we talked earlier about how y'all are going to hear about my gripes for betting. Shout out to Florida State for absolutely raw dogging.
Oh, shit.
And fucking my 18-leg parlay. The other 17 legs haven't even kicked off yet, and my 18-leg parlay is already done. Thanks to Florida State. So,
shout out, Doc. His friend, Dallin Hayden. I just looked up the depth chart for Colorado on the Our Laws or whatever it's called, their depth chart, which is close to ESPN. Dallin Hayden is a transfer from Ohio State. He is so he's from Memphis, Tennessee, high school Christian Brothers. He's a redshirt. Well, he's a redshirt sophomore, but he came from Ohio State. He transferred from Ohio State to Colorado. This kid.
Watch your mouth, Jake. Watch your mouth, Jake.
But Cam, if Dallin Hayden wants to come on the podcast for a few minutes on a college football night, this Wednesday night, for example, is college football night, we would love to talk Colorado and North Dakota State this Wednesday night. If he has a few minutes of his time, I'll send him the link. You get with me, just message me on the YouTube channel here. I'll send him a link to StreamYard and we'll talk with Dallin Hayden about the 2024 Colorado Buffalo. Jake, don't sit here and put gator emoji. Look at this. Put two of them up.
And
like
if football doesn't work out for your buddy and he wants an opportunity to serve his country, let me know.
Jesus, stop, dude. Like
I am. Did I tell you? I told you I'm working a Alabama player.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So
it's actually like I just signed an NDA for it.
So I will say down, like I said, because Hayden, I get why Hayden also transferred. Ohio State getting Junkins from Ole Miss. They have Henderson as well. He did in three games. He played. Well, he didn't get any carries against Indiana, but against Purdue, he had 11 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown. Against Minnesota, he had 8 for 34. So he averaged 6.9 in one game, 4.3 the second game. That's not terrible. I get it's a short sample size.
Not terrible.
But going to Colorado with electric offense with Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, I mean,
well, hopefully he can come through because that line is atrocious in Colorado.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, Cam, like there's no pressure. If you can't do it, you can't do it. I understand. Like I know kids in college, they have certain things they can and can't do. Actually, I didn't see his freshman year, so let me go to his freshman year. So his freshman year, he played. Oh yeah, Doc. Actually, no, yeah. He had 102 carries for 510 yards, 5-point yards a carry, and 5 touchdowns on the ground.
Oh,
he had 102 yards against Indiana, and he had 146 against Maryland and 3 touchdowns. So yeah, his freshman year.
I know how that feels, man. As a Bears fan, I know how that feels. I saw it with Darnell Mooney last year. I've seen it with other folks throughout the years. Allen Robinson was a big one that hurt. They just get rode out of the offense. And college is different. But like pros, it's all about money. It's all about money and contract years. But yeah, it's tough.
And you don't even have to wait for him to get playing time. If he wants, like I said, I get it. He might not be starting right away. He's still the running back too. It looks like on depth.
I just love the insight. Yeah, I just love the insight from the game. Like if you got something to share, please.
Yeah,
even just to ask you, hey, what? Tell me a day in the life of a college football player, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't mind hearing the inside of Colorado football, the Big 12, how it feels from going from Ohio State to Colorado. Like just that transition, going from Ryan Day to Coach Deion Sanders. And I get it. Ohio State is completely stacked, and it does suck. But that's Ohio State football. Maybe he'll be good at Colorado. Maybe he becomes a household name, and for the Colorado Buffalo, maybe he takes over the Big 12. We don't know. I mean, so
he can. Man,
Damn, that'd be awesome if this guy came on the show, man.
Absolutely. I
mean, just the inside of a college ball player. I mean,
that's all I'm looking for. I never played college football.
I mean, according to Jake, some guy in his fantasy league knows Clinton Dix. Why isn't he getting named up? Why can't he come on the show, right?
Yeah, because he don't exist.
Alabama, a pretty great Alabama player. Played for the Washington team. Just don't tell me you're an FSU fan. I mean, well, Coach Primetime played for Florida State, but remember, he's on alumni. He's on a Florida State alumni, so it's one of those.
He ain't got no hate for Florida State.
I think he's a little – I personally think he's a little salty that Florida State didn't offer him the job back before Mike Norvell.
The time can come, but you got to prove yourself. Jackson State ain't shit, dude.
I understand that, but it's the fact that, like, he went there. He's a legend at Florida State.
Listen to me, all right? If Willie fucking Taggart got offered a job after burning Oregon to the ground, okay, and then rinsing and repeating in Seminole Nation, Deion Sanders will eventually get the offer.
But, I mean, think about it. If he would have taken over, Mike Norvell doesn't really recruit well. He hasn't really recruited well in Tallahassee. Deion's recruiting and Tallahassee.
Yeah, for the fame and the clout.
But that's all
nobody knew that when he was first coming in. That's the problem.
Even if he wasn't a great coach yet, or we didn't know he was going to be, his name alone
is
going to get you the top recruits.
Also, it could have come down to, if he wanted that job at Florida State, what were his demands?
And the thing about like why he doesn't recruit so great, Trench portal he does, but recruiting he doesn't recruit that well is because it's Colorado still. Like, that's no disrespect towards Colorado, but like Florida State's Florida State. It's the history, it's the prestigiousness of Tallahassee, what they've done. All that.
No, Colorado got some of that, dude. They've got Heisman winners. They've got you.
Yes, in the 90s and early 2000s, but they haven't been the same in a couple decades. Florida State still, again, they had a few bad years with Willie Taggart and kind of really with Jimbo as well. But like
that's when my drink really took off with Willie Taggart.
If Deion Sanders comes to Tallahassee, you're getting those recruits. You're stealing recruits from Alabama, Georgia, in that area. You're getting some of those Florida recruits even over Miami. Miami's recruiting really well right now. They're out recruiting Mike Norvell. Imagine if Deion was there. I think that's reversed. I think that Florida State is getting recruits. They're a potential top 10.
Oh, I agree.
Program.
I agree.
From year one. Remember, I mean, fucking Mike
recruiting,
in the 20s.
Recruiting doesn't always pan out, though. Recruiting doesn't always pan out the talent.
Well, nowadays, transfer portal is a big piece of it, too.
Yeah, especially if you get guys in and they transfer out to go play somewhere else. Our fucking quarterback's on his second time in the ACC, so and we saw how well he played. But, yeah, no, we'll save it for college football.
Wednesday night, by the way, is college football. Tomorrow night, our official predictions for the NFL awards. That's right. We're going to start off with the comeback player of the year, coach of the year, offense and defensive rookie of the year, the offense and defensive player of the year, and of course, the most valuable player of the league. I'm going to have two because I'm probably going to say Mahomes because he's the easy answer, but I'm going to give who I truthfully think will win it outside Patrick Mahomes.
Pick one.
Well, then I'm going to go non-Patrick Mahomes because I don't want to be too – because I'm already going to be born with Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't want to be too born with MVP. If you truthfully ask me, I think Mahomes is winning MVP, but I'm going to give an answer that's not Patrick Mahomes. I think the Chiefs are loaded this year for them not to win it. It's one of those years where he's going to get another one just because they're so loaded. Last comment, Cam, Colorado is indeed in the midst of nowhere in terms of player preferences. It's It's because when they left the Big 12 at the time and they went to the Pac-12, the success didn't follow them. It didn't stay out. It didn't join them when they went out there. They got dominated and they lost that richness they had. Back in the day, though, like Doc said, 90s and 2000s, early 2000s, they were a good program. They were.
And then they came back and Coach Bryant. And again, this is another reason. Like, we talk about why he didn't get the Florida State offer. He went to Colorado last year, and what happened?
Well, he didn't have the players neither. If he goes to Florida State, he's getting the players. That's the big part too.
But his recruiting is what's bringing the players in. We don't know that he had the players starting out at Florida State either.
UNC status information. You're talking like North Carolina Tar Heels? UNC status information. Oh, that could be UNC status information, like being like kind of like how they call Shannon Sharp UNC. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that, Cam, to be honest with you. You might have to water down the terms. I'm not too hip hop with the lingo and slang out there nowadays. Not like it used to be. So I don't know what that means, honestly. I when I say you, yeah, uncles, yeah. So like kind of like Shannon Sharp. So I do know that a little bit. It took me a minute to sound it out. Yeah, Unc.
I have no idea what that is.
So like they call Shannon Sharp Unc because he's like the old man, like the cookout. Like he knows some things, he's got some knowledge. So that's what they're talking about, Deion Sanders. So, but no, great episode, Doc. Like I said, Monday, tomorrow's NFL, Wednesday's college. Next week, Tuesday will be the NFL predictions. Wednesday, we're going to give our weekly predictions and probably recap a little bit of college football, maybe on Tuesday and Wednesday as well, just to because it's week one. We got to talk a little college before Friday. Can't go too long without it, but can't wait to do it. Or maybe Monday when Florida State plays. Maybe that's what we'll do, Doc. Maybe Monday night we'll do a watch along of Florida State versus Boston College Labor Day weekend. Maybe that's something in the
I'll even get the goddamn FCC bullshit for filming the game when I shouldn't.
No, we don't have to film the game.
They don't have express written consent.
No, we won't film the game. We'll watch it like you watch it on like your tablet or whatever, your TV, and then
I'll film it, damn it.
No, because we're not gonna do that. No, but like we'll watch it.
Yeah,
like
we'll get shut down.
Jake said won't have any viewers. I mean, well, it's not about watching the whole game, Jake. It's also about talking college football. What happened week one? How the Florida Gators got dick stomped by the Miami Hurricanes. That's what we can talk about Monday night when we're watching Florida State and Boston College. Talk about
Jake. Who's your college football team?
He's a Gator fan and a Cowboy.
Gator. Huh? Yeah. Hold my beer, Jake. Hold my beer.
So that's what maybe we'll talk about that this week. We'll talk maybe a little watch along Florida State, Boston College, Labor Day night. Have to figure it out because I had my daughter coming back, and I think that's a 7:30 game. So might be a later start, but we'll figure it out. But Doc, great episode. Way to have a fun draft, Jake. Man, it was good to have you in here. And everyone that paid attention, everyone that commented, everyone that's here, all the new subscribers, hopefully the friends and family that you get to be subscribers, thank you guys for making this night great. Almost 4 hours deep. Reminds me, Doc.
Go Jake for sending me one text.
I'm still waiting for my Venmo. I haven't got a notification.
I got one text, and then that was it.
Hey, Jake, while you're watching, go to Venmo. I even made it easy for you. I sent a request, so you don't even have to send me the money. You just have to go hit accept. And
I sent you everything, by the way, so I'm good on all fronts.
Yeah. So shout out to you guys. We will see you guys back here tomorrow night, 9 p.m. once again with our NFL Awards show. Doc, have a great night. To everyone watching out there, have a great night as well. This is All About the Boss podcast. We are out. God bless you.